Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of North Dakota High School football on the KNOX Live Sports Network, brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. My name is Sam Jensen, and we're going to hop right into the action, talking to the head coach for the Grafton Spoilers. That's Donovan McMillan. Thank you for joining us here on KNOX Live Sports. Beautiful night for football here in Grafton tonight. Maybe a little too hot, unseasonably warm.
You bet. Yeah. No, thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's does not feel like October 3rd, that's for sure. Anytime we get nice weather like this, though, it's good football atmosphere, and I think maybe the refs will give us some water breaks tonight too. But early game time, so maybe it cools off at 7 o'clock. I don't know, but we'll see what it looks like then.
That's right. Beautiful night for football. Let's talk about football. Tell me a little bit about your program. The Spoilers off to a good start this year. 4-2 record, number 3 in the Class A region, number 2. So tell me about the importance of tonight's game and how your season has been going so far overall.
Yeah, we definitely we opened up the season playing in Hillsboro from Region 1 there, and definitely, you never know what to expect. There's no film, game one, and we thought we had a pretty good game plan, and we got down to a couple touchdowns there and bounced back. We almost came back. We had a chance to, I think we lost 22-28, and we had a chance there to come back at the end, but we got to move on from that. And region play, we knew coming into the season here that our first half of our region play was going to be maybe the bottom half of the standings, and we did well. We went 3-0 with our first 3 games there, and Park River, our rivals, 15 miles away, and they are having success this year too. And we kind of lost momentum, or we couldn't gain some momentum, I guess I should say. It was homecoming week for us, and emotionally, it was a tough game, and we definitely, hope we get a chance to get in the playoffs and maybe see them again. But, a lot of things we learned about our team too. We actually had lots of success running the ball that game. I think it was the first time this season we were as a team over 100 yards, and individually too, Miguel Rodriguez had about 122 yards, and then our passing game has been carrying us most of the season. We ended up with 3 receptions for 48 yards, so we just couldn't get momentum going. And Park River is pretty solid. They got good defense, and they kept us down in our end of the field, I think, the whole first quarter and even the first half. And unfortunately, we came out and we gave up a kickoff return to start the second half, and eventually after that we were able to get our points on the board, but a little bit too late there, I guess. So now looking forward, we're third place. We're 3-1. Harvey, Thompson are right behind us, and we got Harvey this week, Thompson next week, and obviously we can take care of business on our own end and win both games, or get ourselves in the playoffs. But definitely a win tonight gets us that much closer on the road to the playoffs, and I don't think it guarantees it yet, but need some help from other teams here at the end of the season. But obviously, our mentality this year is our, win next game and focus on home field advantage tonight. And it's not an easy ride from Harvey to get up here, and the heat and everything else. There's a lot of factors that are playing into it, and hopefully our guys come out and we talked about in the locker room here, just being enthusiastic. And it's emotional sport. It's a violent sport, but you got to have fun. You got to be upbeat out there. And I think last week we just we hit the wall a little bit, and hopefully this week we can bounce back.
And like you said, Coach, talking to the head coach of the Grafton Spoilers, Donovan McMillan, you have the ability to control your own destiny with this game tonight against Harvey-Wells, then taking on Thompson a week from today as well. What should we look forward to in tonight's matchup against the Hornets, and where do you find the matchups favorable for your team?
Well, we definitely know Harvey's going to be a physical team. They've proven that year in and year out, and this year is no exception to that. And just mentioned it. We had a pretty good run game last week. We got a couple young kids up front, but we got a pretty decent line, and defensively too. Our D line is pretty stout there. So that's number one goal, is to make sure we can establish some positive yards, some positive plays offensively, open up the field a little bit in terms of getting our passing game, going at those shorter passes, and then spreading the field out a little bit from there. And just trying to establish some momentum, making sure that we're getting across the 50-yard line and getting the ball down in their end of the field a little bit and not getting stuck in our zone. So one thing we addressed since last week was our kick return kickoff. I think our starting position was averaging inside the 20-yard line, and I mentioned earlier that they kicked one back, or they ran one back at the start of the second half, and then we were punting from our own 30, and there was some wind blowing, and their starting position was probably somewhere near the 45. So we got to balance the field out a little bit, and you always got to adapt. You watch teams on film, and you think you can do this and do that, and get to the game time, and you develop some other strategies too. So our boys need to be ready and have a positive attitude.
Should be a beautiful night for it. This is Grafton High School football on the KNOX Live Sports Network. Thank you to Donovan McMillan for taking the time to talk to us. That's our coach's interview, brought to you by Acme Tools, your Kubota sales and service full-line dealer. We're going to take a quick break. Hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue on with the Grand Forks Welding High Plains Water pregame show on KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, Grand Trailer Sales.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of North Dakota high school football on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We're getting ready for a 5:30 kickoff on this beautiful Friday, October evening in Grafton, North Dakota, as the Spoilers are taking on Harvey-Wells, the Hornets, a long trip up from Harvey inside of Wells County. We're making our way through this pregame report, which is brought to you by Grand Forks Welding, the men of steel since 1885, and High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing our play-by-play this evening. Alongside me is Cooper Frigge, a man of many skills this evening. He's going to be joining us for the pregame show, halftime report, and also the postgame show. Also running camera alongside me up here inside the press box at the Grafton Spoilers Athletic Complex. Right now, Cooper, we're going to take a quick look at our drive for the title, take a look at the statewide poll for Class A North Dakota high school football, as well as the Region 2 standings in Class A. And when we were talking to Donovan McMillan, I found it interesting that he only mentioned the teams that they have lost to this season, losing to his rival Park River, who's inside of the top 5, and then also losing at the beginning of the season against Hillsborough Central Valley in Region 1, a team that certainly is competitive and will probably advance to the state playoffs. But you take a look at the Region 2 standings, Cooper, and we really get an idea of how significant this evening's matchup is between Grafton and Harvey-Wells County. The top 4 seeds will advance to the Class A playoffs in just 3 weeks. So right now, Grafton holding firm at that 3 spot, but like we heard Coach McMillan talk about, Harvey-Wells County and Thompson both on their schedule right behind them. Talk about how important this matchup is.
I mean, like you said, it's getting to that time of the year where playoffs are right around the corner. It's crunch time, and I think everyone out here knows, especially the guys that are playing, that this game means more than any game all season, and got to go out there and put your best on the field, and hopefully it's enough to get the win.
And it is the home finale, so a little bit extra juice inside the Spoilers, I'd imagine, this evening. After tonight's matchup against Harvey-Wells, the Spoilers will go on to play Thompson, like Coach McMillan mentioned, and then also Langdon Edmore Munich, who is the number 1 team in the State A football poll. They receive 18 of the first-place votes. They are undefeated on the season with a record of 6-0. Also 6-0 receiving a first-place vote is Killdeer. And then the defending state champions, Velva Garrison, a team that Harvey-Wells was able to defeat earlier this season. We'll talk about that more as we make our way through this pregame report. Velva Garrison, number 3 in the state with a 5-1 record. Park River area, a team that Grafton lost to last week, losing last week to Park River by a score of 39-8. Park River is undefeated on the season with a record of 6-0. The number 1 team tied with Langdon in the Region 2 standings. And then rounding out the state football poll, we have Ellendale, Edgeley, Colm with a record of 5-1. So this is a look at our drive for the title, getting ready for kickoff for Grafton Spoilers taking on the Harvey-Wells Hornets on the KNOX Live Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break here. Another word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll continue to preview this matchup between the Spoilers and the Hornets on KNOX.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all.
Welcome back to our pregame report, getting ready for North Dakota High School football. The Spoilers of Grafton hosting the Harvey-Wells Hornets on the KNOX Live Sports Network. This pregame show is brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. And True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you. Sam Jensen alongside Cooper Friggy. Right now we're going to take a look at our tools for the game. Tools for the game brought to you by State Farm, Logan Karski Agency, building game plans for what matters most to you. Let's take a look at the players that we are going to keep an eye out for on the field during this evening's matchup. Starting off with the visiting team, I'll take care of this one for us, Cooper. We got Carter Labor. He is the starting quarterback for the Hornets, and as you'll see on your screen, over 1,000 passing yards already this season. And doing research before this game, Cooper, and have you chime in a little bit here, training with Cam Miller, the defending national championship champion with North Dakota State, current backup quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. So talk about the impact being around that level of talent in the offseason.
I mean, what else could you ask for as a high school kid coming into your senior year, looking to be the starting quarterback, and you're learning from one of the best, right? I mean, he's on an NFL roster and he's a national champion. So what else? I mean, there's nothing else you could really ask for.
Great mentorship labor receiving in the offseason from Can Miller with the Las Vegas Raiders. Don't see that every day at Class A North Dakota high school football, but it certainly helps to have quarterback university with North Dakota State, as much as that pains me to say. Taking a look at the leading rushers for Harvey-Wells County, taking a look at Kyson Zur. Kyson Zur is only a sophomore, 6 foot, 205-pound running back and linebacker, 407 rushing yards. That tells us that we're going to be expecting a little bit more of a pass-heavy offense tonight from the Hornets. And then one of the top receivers for Harvey-Wells County is going to be Jackson Feist. As you'll see, he has 315 receiving yards on the season. Taking a look at Jackson Feist on our program, he's a senior leader for this Harvey-Wells County offense. Cooper, tell us a little bit more about the players that we're going to keep an eye out for on the spoilers.
Absolutely, and I'll start behind center. Brody Lillimone, he's done both rushing and passing all season long. He's got a great touchdown to interception ratio, 13 touchdowns, 1 interception, so pretty impressive there. It looks like Grafton also likes to get him in some QB sneaks. I see he's got 3 two-point conversions this year, so I'm sure they're doing some trick plays behind the backfield and stuff, but he has 38 attempts rushing the ball as well. So he's obviously a dual-threat quarterback doing both things with the ball. Next, Reggie Rice, he's been a stud this year. Only 24 catches, but he has 522 yards and 7 touchdowns. Also, that 2-point conversion, it looks to me like Grafton likes to go for 2 quite a bit, so that'll be fun to watch. And then last, rushing the ball, Miguel Rodriguez. I mean, they like to hand the ball off. He's got 102 attempts, so they're really giving him the ball. He's got 241 yards this season and 2 touchdowns. So they're not afraid to hand the ball off, and I don't know how much the wind is going to affect the passing game tonight. But when we were outside, it had to have been gusting up to 25.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself, Cooper. As beautiful of a night as it is in early October here in the northern Red River Valley, still very gusty, and both these teams like the air raid offense, so you got to wonder how that's going to affect the game plan for both the Spoilers and the Hornets. Taking a look at Reggie Rice, the leading receiver for Grafton, you got to love those measurables for the senior. 6'5", 175 pounds, so Lillimone has a nice target to go to down the field. And on your comments with Lillimone being a dual-threat quarterback, maybe he'll be able to adjust with the elements here tonight. He'll be able to roll out of the pocket if he doesn't like anything in the short or intermediate levels of the passing down the field, then he can just tuck it down and run the rock himself. So really like the weapons around the field, but the weather will affect the air raid for both of these teams. Getting ready for a 5:30 kick for Grafton taking on Harvey-Wells County. This is our Tools of the Game, brought to you by State Farm, Logan Karski Agency in Grand Forks. Building game plans for what matters most to you: home insurance, auto insurance, and life insurance. Contact Logan and his team in Grand Forks with State Farm. This is our pregame report on KNOX Live Sports. We're going to take another quick break. We're getting closer to kickoff. This is Spoiler Football on KNOX.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of Spoiler football on the KNOX Live Sports Network. We're making our way through this pregame report. Sam Jensen alongside Cooper Friggy. This pregame show is brought to you by Signature Graphics. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life, as well as True North Equipment. True to our values, driven by you, your local John Deere dealer. Getting ready for a 5:30 kick, an early kick on a beautiful October evening here in Grafton, North Dakota, as the Spoilers are taking on the Hornets from Harvey-Wells County. Right now we're going to take a look, Cooper, at our next element, and that is going to be our keys to the game, brought to you by Jarrell Sports. Jarrell Sports, see what's new for the season. Stop in today. Hockey season literally right around the corner. So any new gear you might need on the ice, check out Jarrell Sports. Cooper, let's start off with our keys to the game for Harvey-Wells County. Defending the air raid, they might get some assistance tonight with the elements. Like you mentioned, wind gust over 30 miles an hour at times. Hopefully that will calm down as the sun continues to set. The lights will likely be on as we begin half number 2, but defending the air raid is going to be a little bit easier, something that Harvey-Wells County has been kind of their Achilles heel on defense. This is a defense that returns 9 starters from a year ago, so a very veteran defensive unit for the Hornets. And then controlling the time of possession, Harvey-Wells County. We talked to Donovan McMillan, the head coach of the Grafton Spoilers, earlier on in this pregame report, and he had mentioned that that's going to be an emphasis for Grafton. Controlling that time of possession, certainly going to be the mindset for both of these teams. Harvey-Wells County keeping the ball on offense, keeping it away from the Grafton offense, and juicing that clock to try control the pace of play all game long. Cooper, what are we looking at for the keys to the game for the home team, the Grafton Spoilers?
Obviously, we've talked a lot about quarterback Carter Labor. He's a great dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, so that'll be tough for the Grafton Spoilers to defend. Another thing, they're great on holding the ball. They don't turn the ball over very often, only 4 times in 6 games this season, so that'll be great. Like they said, limiting it in the passing game, which obviously it'll be tougher today with the wind, as we've talked about. But another thing I want to mention is Grafton has outscored all of their opponents in 3 quarters except the 3rd quarter. So coming out of the halftime with some fire, it's the biggest game of their season, as we mentioned, and when it comes to playoff time, you got to be winning these games, and they got to come out in the halftime buzzing.
This is going to be, like you said, a playoff-like intensity tonight. These are teams number 3 and number 4 in the Region 2 standings for Class A North Dakota high school football. So really like that note you made about quarter number 3, that will challenge the Spoilers to be ready out of halftime. If they have a comfortable lead, you can't just sit back on defense and revert back to the running game. You got to stay aggressive. And then on the contrary, if you're trailing, don't roll over, don't give up. You have to get up off the mat and come back, especially in front of your home crowd. This is the home finale, the last home game at the Spoiler Athletic Complex this season in the 2025 North Dakota high school football season. We're making our way through the pregame report. Once again, these are our keys to the game, brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season. Stop in today. Known for hockey, but certainly they have equipment for whatever sport it is you play, whether it be football, basketball, volleyball, what have you. Stop at Jarrell Sports. We're going to take another break. Hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll bring you the starting lineups, and we'll be ready for kickoff here in Grafton. This is Spoiler Football on KNOX.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Open all year round to the public? Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're putting our final touches on this pregame report, getting ready for Spoilers versus Harvey-Wells County football on KNOX Live Sports. This pregame report is brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics. Right now, we're going to take you through our starting lineup. The starting lineup is going to be brought to you. This starting lineup is going to be brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. Cooper, I'll start with the away team, the Harvey-Wells County Hornets, starting with their offense. Then we'll go back and forth. Once again, folks, this starting lineup brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks. The starting lineup on offense for the Hornets at split end is going to be Andrew Williams, the junior. Taking a look at their offensive line, the left tackle is Frank Richter, a senior. Left guard is going to be Kiefer Finley, number 53. He's a junior. The center is going to be junior number 52, Isaac Keller. Right guard, Ryland Wetzel, a junior wearing number 54. The right tackle is going to be senior number 65, Tyler Eckert. And then the tight end, Easton Shue, he's going to be a senior wearing number 22. Flanker, Jackson Feist, we're going to see him getting a lot of carries in the backfield. He's going to be wearing number 2, and he is a senior. The quarterback, the dual threat, Carter Labor, is a senior veteran under center for the Hornets. Their fullback is Nixon Buckmiller as a senior, and the running back is sophomore Kyson Zur. He's been the bell cow all season long for the Hornets. Cooper, tell us the starting lineup for the Grafton Spoilers on offense.
Starting on offense tonight for Grafton, we got wide receiver number 5, Reggie Rice. He's been the strongest wide receiver they've had all year. Left tackle, Drew Suda. Left guard, Angel Gomez. At center, Jack Berkey. Right guard, Easton Ziegelman, 75. Right tackle, Jack Green. And at tight end, they got David Jenlick. Wide receiver, Aiden McMillan. Their fullback, True Moberg. He's been getting a lot of rushes as well this season. Tailback, Miguel Rodriguez. And the dual threat quarterback, the senior, Brody Lillimone.
I like that backfield for Grafton when we're talking Rodriguez and True Moberg. Rodriguez, a junior. Moberg is a senior. Rodriguez has been the bell cow all season. He's listed as the halfback. Moberg is the fullback, getting a good share of carries as well. The sophomore, good size to him, 6'1", 190, so he's going to be punishing against the Hornets defense tonight. Speaking of the Hornets defense, here's how they're going to be lining up to start the game against the Grafton Spoilers. First kick scheduled for 5:30. Their outside linebacker, Easton Shue. Defensive tackle, Isaac Keller. Another defensive tackle is going to be Frank Richter. Defensive end, Kiefer Finley. Defensive end, Ryland Wetzel. The inside linebacker, captain of the defense, Kyson Zur. Outside linebacker, Dominic Hoffert. And then in the secondary, they got at safety, Jackson Feist, and cornerbacks, Dylan Heitman and Andrew Williams. The other strong safety is going to be Nixon Buckmiller. Cooper, tell us more about the starting lineups for the Grafton Spoilers on defense.
On defense, at left tackle, they got Easton Ziegelman, just a sophomore, but he's produced a lot this year for the Spoilers. Right tackle, Drew Suda. At nose guard, Angel Gomez. The middle linebacker, Brennan Perez. Inside linebacker, they got Jack Green. Another inside linebacker tonight is Noah Suda. Outside linebackers are Thomas Ansand and True Moberg. At cornerback, both sides of the ball are Reggie White. Another quarterback is Chase Warner. Sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's going to be
Warnerovich. And at free safety, Aiden McMillan.
Chase Warnerovich, a junior defensive back, 6'1", 160. He's going to try stop this air raid offense from the Hornets. Once again, these starting lineups brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. We're going to take one final break here in our pregame report. When we come back, we're going to have kickoff. This is Grafton versus Harvey-Wells County on KNOX Live Sports.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from first kick for Grafton High School football taking on Harvey-Wells County. First kick scheduled for 5:30, just a hair delayed. Unbelievably, unseasonably warm weather here on October 3rd in Grafton, North Dakota. Temperature as of right now is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Unseasonably warm in late season North Dakota high school football. Taking a look at the wind, we mentioned the wind will play a factor during our pregame report. Right now it's 13 miles an hour coming out of the south-southeast, up to 23-mile-an-hour gust. So that might play a factor for both of these teams who like to move the ball on offense through the air. This broadcast is brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage, a specialized seed company in Grand Forks. Visit us at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, your trusted partner in hauling solutions since 2007. My name is Sam Jensen. Happy to have this broadcast available for you. I'll be doing play-by-play during the duration of this matchup. Alongside me is Cooper Friggy. He's the eyes of our sports department behind the camera, also filling in admirably during our pregame report, our halftime show, and also our postgame report. Beautiful night for high school football. Crowd is filling in nicely. It is the home finale for the Spoilers this season. After tonight's game, they will be on the road to away games, traveling to Thompson, who is right behind them in the standings, as is Harvey-Wells County. Very significant matchup in Region 2 of Class A North Dakota high school football. Thompson also behind them, who the Spoilers have next week, and then also taking on the number 1 team in the state at the Class A level, and that's Langdon Edmore Munich. So got to get the wins where you can get them. 2 teams behind you in the standings this week and the next. The Spoilers see an opportunity to try be in the top 4 in Region number 2, Class A North Dakota high school football, to advance to the playoffs. It appears we have a slight delay here before the game. Maybe a player got injured during the starting lineups, and he's down. So we're going to hope that this doesn't result in maybe missing of any playing time for the player that we have out on the field. This is a non-contact. They formed a tunnel for the players coming through, so we certainly hope that whoever it is will be able to return to the sideline and get onto the field, onto the gridiron here this evening. But with this slight delay, this timeout gives us an opportunity to give a shout-out to our timeout sponsors. Those timeout sponsors are Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel in Grand Forks. Sitting up here in the press box at the Spoiler Athletic Complex, wearing our beautiful KNOX embroidered quarter zips, having that done at Apex Apparel on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks. A reminder that this broadcast is completely free to you. No subscriptions, no paywall that exists. So please support those who support us, whether it's a live ad read that you hear myself mention, or one of the ads that you see during one of our breaks. Is the injured Spoiler getting carried off the field? Oh my, this is Miguel Rodriguez, the star running back for the Spoilers, the junior running back. He has the most rushing yards for Grafton up until this point. Not good. Looks like a pregame injury sustained to the Stars junior for Grafton, so we did not have that on our bingo card. The starting lineup injury being suffered by Miguel Rodriguez, being helped to his own bench by his teammates. Looks like he's favoring his right ankle as he's making his way to the bench and takes a seat. He's going to receive some attention from the medical staff, and he is visibly frustrated, and I can imagine why, as he is a competitor looking forward to tonight's matchup, a region game that has so much implication on the line in terms of playoff seeding and making it to the playoffs altogether. But nevertheless, we'll continue to stay updated on Rodriguez's health. The Spoilers will start the ball game with the football. Harvey-Wells County kicking off on your screen from left to right, moving from east to west here in Grafton, wearing their white jerseys, purple pants, and black helmets. The Spoilers in their beautiful home uniforms, all maroon, adorned with gold trim. And we are underway. Grafton High School football on KNOX Live Sports. And the opening kickoff will go to the end zone, so that will be a touchback. Don't see a whole lot of that in North Dakota high school football. Nice strong leg. Taking care of the kicking duties is the quarterback for Harvey-Wells County. That's going to be Carter Labor, the quarterback for the Hornets. Also will be playing defensive back, playing both ways. Not out on the field right now, but we were told by Brett Doctor that we will likely see him at some point playing both ways during this matchup. Here comes the Grafton offense, led by their quarterback, Brody Lillimone. In a unique style formation, the fullback on the left hip of Millimone. The halfback, not Rodriguez. We're going to try to get a number there as we're underway. It's a 2-yard rush out to the 27-yard line. Going to get a number on who the new running back is for the Grafton Spoilers. That's 32, True Moberg, now in the backfield, switching from his usual position at fullback. He would usually be on the hip of Lillimone, but due to the pregame injury sustained to Rodriguez, now Moberg will see an increased role. Will the sophomore, nice size to him, 6'1", 190 pounds. The fullback to the left of Lillimone is now number 24. That's going to be Brennan Perez, the senior running back. Perez next to Lillimone, shotgun formation, trips out to the right, far side of the field, quick pass out to the flats. It's going to be caught by number 17, Aiden McMillan. He's going to try to get around the defense. He's going to be taken down, pushed out of bounds rather, shortly before the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of maybe 1 yard, trying to have a tough time deciphering. Might be no gain on the play. I'm going to say he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. So quickly, just 2 yards from scrimmage already for the Spoiler offense, and they find themselves in a 3rd down and long situation. Officially 3rd down and 7 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Lillimone Third down and long, clear passing situation. Has 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side. Dropping back to pass. Looking for a shot deep down the field. Has a man, and it's completed to McMillan down the sideline. He's pushed out in Hornet territory at the 40-yard line. That is going to be a gain of 25 yards on the play for the Spoilers through the air. Excellent throw under pressure from Lillimon, finding his star receiver. That is going to be Aiden McMillan, the sophomore wide receiver, making a big play on third down and long early on in this matchup. Now we're going to resume the clock. Just under 10.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. That's a big play early in this matchup between Grafton and Harvey-Wells County. Grafton probably going to try slow it down. They're going to pitch it to the near side. Catching that one is going to be Brennan Perez, the backup running back. He's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. We do have a flag on the play, so that will stop our clock with just 10 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. We're going to take a look to our on-field officials to see what the call is. It's going to be a face mask penalty against the Hornets, so that's going to push Grafton 15 yards closer to the goal line, and that will move the chains once again for an automatic first down. As the Spoilers are now creeping closer to our RBB Electric red zone, it will be a first down and 10 at the 24-yard line. First down and 10 with 10 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 for the Spoilers after a long third down and 7 conversion through the air. Brody Lillimon getting connected with Aiden McMillan. So the Spoilers being helped with the infraction, the face mask penalty called against Harvey-Wells County. And it's going to be a handoff to Perez. He puts his head down, charging forward. He'll be taken down for a short gain of 2 yards on the play. Not a lot going early on for Grafton, and it certainly doesn't help that their star running back, Miguel Rodriguez, out pregame, had to be helped to the sideline after the starting lineups were announced. So filling in is the backup running back, the senior. That's going to be number 24, Brennan Perez, taking care of the responsibilities on the ground largely, and I'm sure we're going to see more of an increased role for True Moberg, the sophomore running back for the Spoilers. Moberg to the left of Lillimon. Perez to the right, dropping back to passes Lillimon. He has a man down the field. It's a great pass, and it's caught by number 5, Reggie Rice, for a touchdown. The Grafton Spoilers up early, and he dropped the ball. Sorry, just out of my reach. It sure looked like Reggie Rice had caught that. But I had gotten ahead of myself. Apologies. Just out of my view on the west end of the press box here at the Grafton Spoilers Athletic Complex. Looked like it was right on the money from the senior quarterback, Brody Lillimon, but unable to haul that one in is Reggie Rice. So that will result in another third down and long. The Spoilers were able to convert earlier on in this drive. This time it's a third down and 9 from the 22-yard line of Harvey-Wells County. 2 men in the backfield. That's Moberg and Perez. It's going to go to Moberg on a sweep-like play, and he does not have a whole lot of room to run. He's taken down near the line of scrimmage. This will force a fourth down near the RBB Electric red zone, officially a fourth down and 9, and you got to imagine this will be 4-down territory, kind of no man's land. Isn't really worth it to punt, and likely out of range for the Spoiler kicker. So we're going to see an early fourth down attempt here for the Grafton offense. Able to convert on a third down and 7, and I had thought that we had witnessed a 22-yard completion from Lillimon to Reggie Rice for a score. I was focused on capturing the replay, and then my cameraman, also my colleague during the pregame report, halftime show, and postgame show, Cooper Friggy, had informed me Rice had not pulled it in. Lillimon, fourth down, has a man on the far side at the sticks. We'll see where they spot him. And Grafton thinks they have the first down, and the officials say he did not reach the line to gain. That's going to stop the clock. And we'll catch up here on our All-True Health System scoreboard. Not able to convert is Grafton. It was a completed pass to the far side. It looked like Jelinek was the one to haul it in, the senior tight end for the Spoilers, but he was just short from our view here on the west end of the press box. All the way on the far side was the play. It was tough to decipher, very close, so certainly the official had a better angle on it. So now we're going to get to see this air raid offense for the Hornets for the first time in the ball game. Handing it off right away are the Hornets, and having room to run now is going to be their running back. This is Kyson Zur, charging all the way near midfield, starting at the 22-yard line. So that is going to be a 24-yard rush for the Hornets in their first offensive possession of the football game. Spoilers not having much luck on the ground. The Hornets, on their first play from scrimmage on offense, are able to get a big 25-yard gain on the ground, courtesy of Kyson Zur, their star sophomore running back. In a bunch formation, under center is their quarterback, Carter Labor. Labor takes a snap. He's going to be a handoff to the receiver. That's number 7, Nixon Buckmiller. Nixon Buckmiller is going to be stopped shortly after the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 1 yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Hornets right at midfield, the 50-yard line. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining. The Grafton Spoilers not able to convert right at the stick. Deep inside of Hornet territory, they turn it over on downs. This is our first offensive possession for Harvey-Wells County. Labor takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Zur. Zur running to the right side of the offensive line, and he is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Great play. That's True Moberg, the running back, meeting Zur in the backfield at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9 coming up. Moberg playing both ways tonight for the Spoilers. A bright future ahead of him. He's a hard runner. Expect him to get more carries tonight with Rodriguez apparently out for the duration of the matchup. We'll continue to keep you updated on that injury. And then making plays on defense as well. 3rd down and long from the 48-yard line for the Hornets. Officially a 3rd down and 9. Labor, play action, keeps it himself, immediately facing pressure, and he's met in the backfield. It's going to be a combo of Easton Ziegelman, and also I'm seeing number 29, correction, who else was that in the backfield? Number 25, Noah Suda. So Ziegelman and Suda meeting Labor in the backfield. That's a massive tackle for loss with the sack. Moves the Hornets back to the 40-yard line, turns it into a 4th down and long, and the Hornets are going to have to punt it away. Big play on defense there for the Spoilers. They brought pressure on the play action, not being fooled by the run, and they're going to get another opportunity to drive the ball down the field. Calling for a fair catch at the 20-yard line is going to be the return man for Grafton. That's Aiden McMillan, and this will be our second look at the Spoiler defense. We're going to take a quick 40-second break. We'll be back with Grafton football on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you simplify, you have more time for life. Simplify your life with Hugo's Family Marketplace. No time to run to the grocery store? Hugo's can help. Just click on GoHugos.com and place your order online. We'll fill your order, and you can either pick it up curbside or have it delivered to your home or business. It's really that easy. Just go to GoHugos.com for all the details.
More low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Not missing a second of the action. That timeout brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel. This is our second offensive possession for the Spoilers, and it's going to be a handoff to Perez running to the near side. Once again, not a whole lot of real estate to operate with for this backfield for the Spoilers as we continue to run our clock. That was carried, correction, by True Moberg. True Moberg still able to pick up 2 yards on the play. He was met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Harvey-Wells County by Isaac Keller, the junior defensive lineman for the Hornets. A nice size to him, 6'4", 235 pounds. We'll be calling his name a lot tonight. Lilimone, shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. Dropping back to pass, has time to throw, rolls out to his right, avoiding pressure, keeping his eyes down the field. He has a man, it's McMillan. He's at the 20, trying to avoid a man, 10. He hits Pater, touchdown Spoilers. Big score. That's going to be a 55-yard touchdown for Grafton Red River. Grafton Spoilers against Harvey-Wells County. Let's take a look at this replay brought to you by American Family Insurance. Tyler Nagel Agency just catching the last end. An amazing pass from Lilimone, getting connected with McMillan down the field. And that's an early score for the Spoilers. They now lead 6-0 over the Harvey-Wells County Hornets. So going for the point after attempt. It looks like the Spoilers will go for 2 here. We'll stop our clock. Correction, they're going to go for, this is going to be Easton Ziegelman. This is Ziegelman kicking for Grafton. It's a bad snap. They pitch it to Ziegelman. He's not able to break tackles in the backfield. An errant snap, but we got the big boy kicking for Grafton. The sophomore offensive and defensive lineman, 6'2", 255 pounds. And we see Rodriguez being carried off the field, not putting any weight on his left leg. So that is going to be a big score for the Spoilers. Lillimon dropping back to pass. He hits a big one, 68-yarder officially in our scoring summary. Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric, getting connected with Aiden McMillan, and that's just exactly what the doctor ordered for the Spoilers. A hot start early on. Put that in my scoring summary. With 5 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in quarter number 1, Grafton gets a 68-yard passing touchdown, and it will be Lillimon to number 17, Aiden McMillan. We'll be showing you these highlights during our halftime report as well as our post-game show, so don't go anywhere when there's no action on the field. We will be providing you video highlights as well as our coverage from our expert color commentary, Cooper Friggy, as well as myself, Sam Jensen, doing play-by-play tonight. The Spoilers, in their second offensive possession, just 2 plays in, hit a big one. That is a 68-yard passing touchdown. Once again, Brody Lillimon, the senior, getting connected with the sophomore, Aiden McMillan. So the Spoilers feeling it early. However, it's the silver lining that they're leading on the field. Miguel Rodriguez, for those of you just joining us, injured during the starting lineups being announced, as this is going to be a big return for Harvey-Wells County, nearing midfield, getting pushed out of bounds near the 45-yard line. We'll see where the officials spot it, and it will be right at the 45. We'll get caught up on our All True Health System scoreboard. Just 5 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in quarter number 1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. The Spoilers leading the Hornets by a score of 6-0 thanks to that long strike to McMillan. Spoilers allowing one big run on that last offensive possession from Harvey-Wells County. Kyson Zur appears like he might be a problem. Not a whole lot of time for the quarterback, Carter Labor, to throw in the backfield. A big sack forced a 4th down and long. The Hornets punted it back to the Spoilers, and they took advantage. Here's Zur. He's going to bust a nice chunk of yards as he reaches midfield. That's a 5-yard rush. So 2nd down and 5 coming up. That's a 5-yard gain for Kyson Zur, the sophomore running back for Harvey-Wells County. Labor leading the offense back. It's a bunch formation to the near side. Zur in the backfield. And they will give it to Zur once again. He tries cut back to the near side. He faces pressure. Ball is loose. It's going to be a fumble hopped on top of by the Hornets. So good job. I see Ziegelman got his hand on the ball carrier as well as number 64, Angel Gomez. Good work by this Grafton offensive line. They're going to be challenged. It looks like Zur has a good ability to run downfield, but just given the eye test of what we're seeing up here in the press box, it looks like the Spoilers have a size advantage in the trenches, at least on defense. So 3rd down and 7 now for the Hornets at midfield, exactly the 50-yard line. Labor takes the snap, 2 men to each side. He has a man open. That's going to be number 5, completed to Dylan Heitman. He's taken down at the Grafton, eventually wrestled down at the 36-yard line. That will stop our clock momentarily, allow the chain gain to reset. 1st down and 10 for the Hornets. That's a big-time throw for Carter Labor, getting connected with Dylan Heitman for a Hornet 1st down. So our clock continues to run. 1st down and 10 for the Hornets on the Spoiler side of the field. 36-yard line, Labor in shotgun formation. Zur to his left. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Labor has some time to throw. Looking down the field and almost intercepted by the Spoilers in coverage. Taking credit for that play is going to be number 58, Jack Green. Sophomore linebacker, 6'2", 180 pounds. Will be given credit with the defensive pass breakup. So that will result in a 2nd down and 10 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. The Spoilers leading the Hornets on our All True Health System scoreboard by a score of 6-0. 2nd down and 10 now from the 36. Under center is Labor. He's going to pitch it to the near side to Zur. Zur has room to run. He's at the 20, 15, cuts back to the far side of the field, and he's in the end zone. That's a Hornet touchdown. We'll capture that replay. That is going to be a 36-yard rushing touchdown for Kyson Zur, the sophomore running back for the Hornets. Let's take another look at that replay. Brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency, and Zur finds daylight, and he takes advantage for the 36-yard strike. See Zur beating a man in the secondary. Will bring you back to the action. Point after attempt is blocked by Grafton, so that will keep it a tied football game at a score of 6-6. Grafton taking on Harvey-Wells County, Region 2 rivals. Number 3 team in the region, the Spoilers. Number 4 are the Hornets, all knotted up with just 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 here in Grafton, North Dakota. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll resume with the action. Grafton gets the ball back. This is Spoiler Football on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. The Hornets tie it up after a 36-yard rushing touchdown from Kyson Zur. With 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 1, Grafton will return this kickoff from their own goal line. Carrying the football is going to be Noah Suda. He'll be taking this one out past the 25-yard line. Is Suda. Listed as a running back and linebacker is the sophomore. Good return, 29-yard return on the kickoff, and this was where Grafton will start their third offensive possession of the football game. So far, they're 1 for 2. The last possession, they had a big play. Lillimon getting connected with Aiden McMillan. That was a 68-yard receiving touchdown for the Spoiler wide receiver. Let's see if Grafton has more big plays in them as the Hornets on the subsequent following possession able to tie things up with a big play of their own. This is going to be a rush from Moberg to the far side. Finally, he has some room to run inside of the offensive line between the tackles. That will be a gain of 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3 upcoming for Grafton at their own 35-yard line. 2nd down and 3 officially on our All True Health System scoreboard. 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Lillimon with the running back at his left hip. That's Perez. And then in the backfield is Moberg. Lillimon pitches it to Moberg, running to the near side, has to cut back to the inside, and he's taken down. Good pursuit there from the Harvey defense. Getting credit with the tackle is going to be number 21. That's Easton Shue, the junior linebacker for the Hornets. That results in a 3rd down and medium, 3rd down and 5 for Grafton from their own 33-yard line. So this is a play where we talked pregame with Donovan McMillan. He would like the Spoilers to try control more time of possession. And you're going to need to convert on these 3rd down and mediums if you want to control and continue to juice out the clock. That's going to be an illegal formation against Grafton. This will push them back further. A false start called against the wide receiver on the far side. That will push the Spoilers back 5 yards, turning a 3rd down and 5 into a 3rd down and 10 with just over 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 as we resume our clock. We're supposed to resume the clock. 3rd down and 10 now for Grafton from their own 27. Lillimon shotgun formation. To his right is Brennan Perez. having to roll out to his right, having a man chasing him. Lillimone looking deep down the field, no one home. That's essentially an arm punt, but not able to come down with the interception as Nixon Buckmiller. That will stop the clock. 4th down and long coming up for the Spoilers. They'll bring their punting unit out onto the field. Good defensive stand there for Harvey-Wells County. Immediately, the quarterback, Brody Lillimone, having to flush out to his right. Pressure coming on the edge from Easton Shue. Once again, we've said his name a couple of times on defense for the Hornets, providing pressure for Harvey-Wells County, forcing Lillimone to throw, looking for a prayer deep down the field. Nobody home. Would have been a good punt. You would have taken that on a windy night like tonight. But now taking care of the punting duties for the Spoilers from his own 27-yard line is Reggie Rice. High punt. It's going to be fielded by Harvey-Wells County at their own 35-yard line, and carrying it forward 5 yards, falling forward is Andrew Williams, is the punt returner for the Hornets. So good field possession upcoming for Harvey-Wells County. This will be their 3rd offensive possession of the game. Like Grafton coming into their 3rd possession, they've scored on 1 of 2, relying on a big play. Their last time out onto the field, they had a 36-yard rushing touchdown from Kyson Zur. Just 1.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Beautiful night for football here in Grafton, North Dakota. 83 degrees Fahrenheit at first kick, unseasonably warm. As Zur gets met in the backfield, that's a big play. It looked like the tackle's going to be credited to Gomez, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Gomez not able to take him down on first contact. Zur trying to spin out of the tackle, forces Gomez to grab him by the face mask, and I believe that's what we're going to see. This is going to be a face mask penalty against Grafton's number 64, Angel Gomez, blowing up the line of scrimmage. Good job meeting the ball carrier in the backfield, but not able to tackle him without a penalty. It will be a face mask penalty, moving the Hornets inside of Grafton territory. 1st down and 10 upcoming from the Spoiler 41-yard line. Labor will be under center. Receiver on the far side, that's Jackson Feist. Play action. Labor looking down the field, and he's sacked in the backfield. Big play there by Thomas Assand, the sophomore linebacker for the Spoilers, tackling Labor in the backfield. That's a tackle for loss, bringing the Hornets back 5 yards. 2nd down and 15 upcoming, under a minute to play in quarter number 1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. A punishing hit there from Assand, tackling Labor from behind. He did not see it coming, keeping his eyes down the field. You got to imagine the Hornets coaching staff, head coach Brett Doctor, is going to tell Labor to get that ball out quicker. I formation now for the Hornets, and it's a bad snap fielded by the fullback. Almost looks like a trick play, and it's going to be a rush for over 15 yards and a 1st down. Nixon Buckmiller fielding an errant snap through the legs of Carter Labor. Buckmiller picking it up in stride, and he carries it forward for a gain of 17 yards, good enough for a 1st down with 15 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Let's see if the Hornets are able to get one more snap off before we head to the 2nd here in Grafton. I formation once again. Looks like the Hornets want to get one more play in. They're going to do so. It's going to go to Zur in the backfield. He evades one potential tackler, but is met by the defensive front for the Spoilers. So Grafton ends quarter number 1 with a positive play on defense. A tackle for loss. 2nd down and long upcoming from the Grafton 30-yard line. We're headed to quarter 2. This is Spoiler Football on KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of Grafton football on the KNOX Live Sports Network, brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. The Spoilers knotted up with the Hornets from Harvey-Wells County. Harvey-Wells County with a big play, an errant snap that was fielded by Nixon Buckmiller, has them approaching the RBB Electric red zone, but after a tackle for loss from the Grafton defense, a 2nd down and 13 upcoming here for the Hornets. Zur gets the carry. He's going to be taken down once again, seeing Perez in the backfield, or not necessarily in the backfield on that play, near the line of scrimmage. It will be a gain of 2 on the play, which will result in a 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets from the Spoiler 31-yard line. Good job. A couple of defensive linemen earning shout-outs. Angel Gomez, senior defensive lineman, also playing both ways for the Spoilers on the offensive front, and also Easton Ziegelman, the sophomore, playing both ways in the trenches for the Spoilers. 3rd down and 10 now. Labor in the backfield. He has Zur on his right hip. Dropping back to pass, facing immediate pressure. Looks like that was potentially a tight end screen getting set up. It's a completed pass, but getting tackled by number 58, Jack Green, near the line to gain. So that makes it a 3rd down and long into a 4th down and manageable at the Spoiler 28-yard line. Nice strong pass there from Labor. I believe the pass was caught by Andrew Williams, the junior wide receiver for the Hornets. That's a gain of 10 on the play, resulting in a 4th down and 1 from the Grafton 24. I formation now for the Hornets. 2 wide receivers on the far side. It'll be a handoff to Zur. Zur met in the backfield, able to shake the first tackler, and that one missed tackle is going to result in a 1st down for Harvey-Wells County. It will be 1st down and 10 inside the RBB Electric red zone. Power formation there from Harvey-Wells County. And good job from Zur. Looked like he was able to evade one potential tackler in the backfield. It looked like that was Drew Suda, the first Spoiler to get his hands on him. Still a short gain, but they only needed about a 1/2 yard on the play. Still I formation now for the Hornets. This is going to go to Buckmiller, the fullback. Buckmiller is going to charge forward using his large frame. And we have a late flag coming in now from the far side official after what was initially a gain of 2 on the play for the Hornets, putting them at the 14-yard line. And we're going to await the call from our head umpire. It's unnecessary roughness against the defense, not able to see the number, didn't see anything from up here on the west side of the press box here at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. So that will move the chains, and a fresh set of downs now for Harvey-Wells County. The ball is spotted right at the 10-yard line. Correction, it is at the 10-yard line. They're just not changing the scoreboard here at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. 1st down and goal from the 10. Here for Harvey-Wells County, once again, power I formation. This time it's going to go to Zur, and he has room to run on the left. One tackler left. He tries to run him over, getting pushed forward, and that's a touchdown. Zur playing power football. The Hornets now leading 12-6. Let's take a look at that replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Zur gets the ball. Room to run on the left. Good job by Grafton pushing him to the edge. Not able to make a tackle on the secondary on the near side. Zur puts his shoulder down, gets some help from his offensive lineman. And the Hornets push their lead now to 12-6. Pending a point after attempt, or it could be a 2-point attempt. The first point after from Harvey-Wells County was blocked. It looks like they will go for 2 from the 2-yard line. Labor under center. He's going to give it to Zur. power football, and he's taken down from behind. Good job by the Grafton defensive front. Once again, it looks like the star defensive lineman, that's going to be Perez and Ziegelman, once again working together to stop Zur before the two-point conversion for the Hornets, but not before he punches one in from 8 yards out. That's going to be a touchdown. We'll add that to our scoring summary here in quarter number 2 with 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Zur getting his second touchdown of the game, this time punching it in from 8 yards out for the running back for the Hornets, the sophomore, 6 foot, 205 pounds. The Hornets have doubled up their lead, now 12-6 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Take another look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. You'll see Zur, good job by the Hornet offensive line, creating space to run for the tailback to the left, but Spoilers trying to contain, unable to make the tackle on the near side is Assand. He's made some good tackles early in half number 1 so far, but not able to get the job done as Zur puts his shoulder down and gets some support from his offensive lineman, pushing him across the goal line. The Hornets have doubled up their lead here in quarter number 2. They'd lead the Spoilers by a score of 12-6. This has been a good back-and-forth football game so far. Spoilers have been forced to adjust on offense. For those of you just joining us, Miguel Rodriguez getting hurt in the pregame starting lineups announcements over the public address system, and he has not played a snap. The leading rusher for the Spoilers up till this point as they return the kick out to the 20, just past the 25-yard line. That will stop our clock with just under 9.5 minutes remaining in half number 1. The Spoilers trying to respond after the Hornets punch it in. Littlemone leading this offense back out onto the field. He had a big hitter in the second offensive possession for Grafton. This was with 5 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. The first score of the game. The Spoilers came out to a 6-0 lead thanks to a 68-yard passing touchdown to Aiden McMillan. Let's see if the Spoilers are able to find more magic in a bottle. This one's going to be handed off to Moberg, and he has stood up at the defensive line, behind the line of scrimmage. He is going to be taken down by number 53. That's Kiefer Finley, the junior, standing at 6'4", 205 pounds. So you got Isaac Keller wearing 52, 6'4", 235, and number 53, Kiefer Finley, also a junior, 6'4", 205 pounds. So a couple players on the big defensive players on the defensive front for Harvey-Wells County. Pretty evenly matched in the trenches so far. The Hornets have had more success on the ground. The Spoilers have yet to be able to string a couple of good runs together. Littleman looking for some success in the air. Once again, throwing up a prayer down the field, looking for Rice, and we might have pass interference, as this was an incomplete pass. Looking for Rice in coverage is going to be Carter Labor and number 3, Andrew Williams for the Hornets. The Spoilers throw up a prayer, and it is answered in the form of a pass interference. Well-thrown ball, giving Rice, his large frame, 6'5", an opportunity to catch that ball in double coverage. There will be a 15-yard penalty, moving the chains, resulting in a 1st down and 10 for Grafton. It'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. With 8 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in half number 1, the Spoilers trying to answer after the most previous offensive possession from Harvey-Wells County resulted in a touchdown to give them a lead. 12 unanswered points for the Hornets. Once again, the Spoilers struggling to run the ball. Not a whole lot of room to operate early on. Getting taken down near the line of scrimmage there was Brennan Perez. Running back thrust into the action. Miguel Rodriguez has been helped. I do not see him on the sideline anymore. We'll continue to keep you updated as those updates become available to us up here in the press box. 2nd down and 9 from the 45 for this Grafton offense. Unable to control the clock with the ground game early on. They're going to lean on their quarterback, Littlemone. He's made a big play with his arm, has the 6'7" quarterback. Now we have a timeout called. The timeout will be called by Grafton. It's their first of the half. The timeout is brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel, and we will take it with them. This is Grafton Spoiler Football on KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back. Just under 8 minutes remaining in half number 1. Grafton calls a timeout with the second down and 9 looming from their own 45-yard line. That timeout once again brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, the region's largest agricultural tire supplier in Grand Forks, and Apex Apparel. Coming out of the timeout is Lillimone under center. Has a man in the backfield throwing. Aiden McMillan in motion. It's going to be a direct snap, it looks, to the running back, and that's going to result in a loss of 4 on the play, so forcing the Spoilers to operate from behind the sticks. Noah Suda appears to have received the direct snap. I took a look at the program for 1 second, and I look up, and Suda appears to have received the snap. This makes it a third down and long now for the Spoilers, officially a 3rd and 13 on our All True Health System scoreboard. From the Spoiler 42 near midfield. You got to have to punt here if you don't convert. Empty backfield. 3 receivers on the near side, bunched up, 2 on the far side, spread out. And running this one is Lillimone, dropping back to pass. Looks like a designed quarterback draw. Picks up a solid chunk. 12 yards of the 13 needed, and this will force a decision now from head coach Donovan McMillan whether he wants to put his offense back out on the field, and it looks like he's giving his quarterback, Brody Lillimone, a play call with his large frame. Like Cooper Frigge mentioned in the pregame show, quarterback sneak is always an option in these short yardage situations. Lillimone trying to get the Hornets to jump off sides. They don't bite. Going under center once more. Looking to the sideline for a play call, getting called in from their head coach, Donovan McMillan, for the Grafton Spoilers. And now we're going to have another timeout. This one's called by Grafton. They're trying to get the Hornets to jump off sides. They refuse to do so. We'll let our clock get caught up, and we'll keep this timeout here with you. This is North Dakota High School football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We have a great one on hand for you tonight. A beautiful Friday Night Light football in the northern Red River Valley, Grafton, North Dakota. The Spoilers trailing the Hornets by a score of 12-6. Let's take a look at this drive for the title, the Region 2 standings in Class A North Dakota High School football. This is a big game for Grafton, 3-1 record. A reminder that the top 4 teams will advance to the Class A playoffs. So Grafton and Harvey holding down those 3 and 4 spots. We heard Donovan McMillan mention in the pregame show their schedule up to this point for the Spoilers has been playing more of those teams towards the bottom of the standings. So they play Harvey-Wells County this week. Next week they play Thompson. So 2 of the biggest games of the season for the Spoilers, and they still have a 4th down and 1 coming up, and it looks like they've brought their punting unit out onto the field. And they're going to go for it, a direct snap to the up back, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Good call by Donovan McMillan, calling a timeout, bringing the punting unit out onto the field. Everybody in the stands, including myself, thought that the Spoilers were going to punt it away. Instead, they snap it to the up back, and the Spoilers fall forward for just enough to move the chains. First down and 10 from the Harvey-Wells County 45-yard line. Lillimone coming to the near side, has to get rid of it. Wisely throws this one out of bounds as he's out of the outside of the pocket. No intentional grounding will be called. It will stop the clock with just under 6 minutes remaining. Gotta love the call there for Donovan McMillan. Going for it on 4th down at midfield. After it looked like the Spoilers were going to try a quarterback sneak, they made an attempt to force the Hornets to jump off sides, forces McMillan to call a timeout, brings the punting unit out onto the field, and they run a fake with their punting unit for a 1st down. Will the Spoilers be able to take advantage? Empty backfield, Lilimone all by himself. Throwing McMillan in motion, facing pressure, evades one. One rusher for the Hornets, but runs all the way to the far boundary and throws up a prayer, and jumping up and almost making the catch is Noah Suda. That will stop our clock with 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Lilimone had that ball in the backfield for more than 7 seconds, rushing all the way to the far boundary after receiving pressure, able to evade one rusher from Harvey-Wells County, keeping his eyes down the field. Excellent coverage from the Hornet defense. Another 3rd down and long opportunity upcoming for the Spoilers. They're no stranger to that in the early stages of this matchup against Harvey-Wells County. Lilimone's going to be by himself in the backfield once again. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Lilimone takes the snap, has his man, good curl route at the sticks. That's going to be completed to Moberg. The fullback for the Grafton Spoilers gets the reception, and it's good enough for a 1st down. That'll stop our clock with just over 5.5 minutes remaining in half number 1. Big 3rd down conversion for Grafton. Lilimone poised in the pocket, good route, knew where he wanted to go the whole way. Moberg runs the 10 yards, curls back to the inside, and has the ball put on his numbers from the senior quarterback for the Grafton Spoilers, Brody Lilimone. Perez on the right hip of Lilimone, and actually 2 running backs in the backfield. This one's going to go to number 25. That's Noah Suda. He has room to run, and he's taken down at the ankles from behind inside the RBB Electric red zone. That's going to be a gain of 15 on the play on the ground. Another Spoiler 1st down. They're firmly inside the RBB Electric red zone. Taken down at the 17 is Suda. That's the first time we've seen his number called in the running game for the Spoilers. A running game that's had a tough time going here in half number 1. So mixing it up, giving Suda, the sophomore running back, the ball. And he takes advantage. A gain of 15 puts the Spoilers inside the red zone. Suda getting his number called once again, turning his feet after contact. Falls forward to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Spoilers in no rush whatsoever. Happy to continue to juice this clock. Theoretically, they would like to take it all the way down under 30 seconds before they put the ball into the end zone. Don't know if that's mathematically possible, actually, with the amount of downs that they have remaining. Do have an opportunity to get a 1st down still. The 1st down marker at the 4-yard line. Snap from the 10. Lilimone facing pressure, flag on the play, and he's taken down in the backfield. A sack on the play. I see number 53, Kiefer Finley, in the backfield. It appears to be, I would guess, a holding against the Spoiler offensive line. Seeing some arguments from the Harvey-Wells County coach, Brett Doctor, so not entirely sure what the call will be. The Spoilers anticipate they will be backing up. The rush was collapsing around Lilimone before he was eventually taken down by Finley. And the penalty is declined. It was a holding call against the Spoiler offensive line, but it is declined. Doctor elects to take the down instead of the yards. So we will resume the clock with 3:43 remaining in half number 1. 2nd down and 10. A loss of 5 on the sack for the Spoiler offense. So it's a 3rd down and 10. From the 14. Play action. Lillimon rolling out to his left. He's going to make a play with his legs. He lunges to the end zone. That's a touchdown. Quarterback Easton Hansel gets his number called. And the Spoilers even it up. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance. That does look like that's Hansel. A new look for this Grafton offense, bringing in the sophomore quarterback who appears to have a good level of mobility, the 6'4" sophomore. And the Spoilers have evened things up here in the late stages of half number one. 6-6, pending the point after attempt. 12-12, actually. And the two-point conversion is good. Lillimon getting connected with number 5, Reggie Rice. So the Spoilers take a 14-12 lead over Harvey-Wells County. A nice big drive, some help from the flags, and also able to capitalize some big runs, and eventually taking it in. A surprise carry from Easton Hansel, the sophomore backup quarterback for the Grafton Spoilers, gets a 14-yard touchdown with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in half number one to give the Spoilers a late lead. Let's take another look at that touchdown. Once again brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Hansel fakes the pitch, and I imagine he's thinking run the whole way. Designed quarterback run, had Rice down the field, was covered, and the secondary had to stay focused on Rice. Hansel, before they noticed was keeping it himself, was the Hornet defense, strides into the end zone for a 14-yard scamper for score. The Spoilers have regained the lead in the later stages of half number one by a score of 14-12 on our All-True Health System scoreboard. Still time left, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. We'll let that get caught up to our scoreboard here on our All-True Health System scoreboard with KNOX Live Sports. Plenty of time for Harvey-Wells County. They still have all 3 timeouts. Grafton has used 2. Probably the biggest play of that possession would have to be the fake punt near midfield for the Spoilers. Got to give credit to Donovan McMillan, trying to draw the Hornets defense off sides, calls a timeout, brings the punting unit out onto the field, and a fake punt is snapped to the up back. Gives the Spoilers a first down. A squib kick will be fielded by the Hornets at their own 25-yard line. Running back to the near side is Jackson Feist. He will be taken down past the 30 at the 33, and that is where the Hornets will start this offensive possession in the later stages of half number one, trailing by 2 against the Spoilers. Lots of key plays on that last drive for Grafton. A pass interference on a ball deep down the field to Reggie Rice gave Grafton 15 yards and an automatic first down. That fake punt, and then bringing in the backup quarterback Easton Hansel for a designed quarterback run. He brings it in from 14 yards. Back and forth we go. Harvey-Wells County trying to answer. Labor, play action. Has a man, completion, first down, getting taken down at the 45-yard line. That pass is complete to number 7, Nixon Buckmiller. Stops the clock momentarily. Will be a gain of 12. The Hornets get closer to midfield. First down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Now we're caught up on our All-True Health System scoreboard. Hornets trying to control the clock, going with the first play from scrimmage on this drive. It's a play-action pass. Labor gets connected with Buckmiller. Labor passing for the second consecutive play, looking for a screen in the backfield, and it looks like the Hornets should be thankful that that pass was dropped. The clock will stop with 2:37 remaining. Didn't see a call from an on-field official. They should be thankful. Dropping that one in the backfield was number 21, Kyson Zur, a designed halfback screen, but he was surrounded by Spoilers defenders 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, not able to hold on to the ball, and that's going to be to the benefit of the Hornets offense. Instead of a second down and 14 or 15, still second down and 10 from their own 46. Labor drops back to pass, goes to his second option. That's Buckmiller, and he finds him across the field. A post route for Buckmiller. He has it thrown right to his hands, and the Hornets are now inside of Spoiler territory. That's a 25-yard passing play for Harvey-Wells County. They continue to move the ball. Impressive passes here on this drive from Carter Labor. They've been able to move the ball primarily on the ground in half number one. Kyson Zur getting the majority of those carries. Labor, every play on this possession has been through the air, and he has executed quite well. First down and 10. Labor passing once again, looking deeper down the field, and that's going to be a nice defensive pass breakup by Chase Warnerobich, the junior defensive back for the Spoilers. Breaks up that pass. Labor going for the big shot, but it's broken up at the goal line. Would have been a 37-yard touchdown. Didn't get a number on who he was trying to get connected with there. Buckmiller's been his favorite target so far. 3 men to the near side. 1 wide receiver by himself on the far side. Getting pressured. Labor able to get it off. Will they rule this a fumble? Will it be an incomplete pass? It's an incomplete pass. That's going to be the Tuck rule in effect there, as Labor gets hit as he throws by Thomas Assand. This will result in a 3rd down and 10 after 2 incompletions from Harvey-Wells County offense. They were moving the ball effectively through the air, back-to-back incompletions. Forces a 3rd down and long in no man's land. Got to imagine this is 4-down territory. You don't need all 10 yards here if you're Harvey-Wells County. 3 men to the near side, same formation. Once again, a solo receiver on the far side. Zur going out. He gets a pass in the flats. Makes a man miss. Getting tackled from behind, and he gets popped. That's a great tackle on the far side. Going to try get a number on that one. That looked like that was number 8 with the tackle. Is that Easton Hansel? It's either Easton Hansen or Jordan. I believe that's Jordan Delgado, number 6. And he popped Zur as he got that pass in the flats. We have a timeout on the field, so sorry I have not stopped my clock. 1 minute and 44 seconds officially on our All True Health System scoreboard. We get a timeout from Harvey-Wells County, and we're going to take it with them. We'll come right back. The final 2 minutes of this first half between Grafton and the Hornets from Harvey-Wells County. This is high school football on KNOX.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
4th down and 3 upcoming for Harvey-Wells County. North Dakota High School football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Labor under center. He's going to hand this one off to Zur. Short yardage situation, and Zur gets more than what he needs. That will be a 10-yard rush, good for a 1st down inside the RBB Electric red zone. Started at the 30, gets tackled at the 20, so that indeed is a gain of 10 for Zur on the ground on the 4th down and short situation for the Hornets. They move the chains. 1st down and 10 now inside the RBB Electric red zone. Getting caught up on our clock. 1 minute and 25 seconds in running remaining in half number 1. Power formation. They're going to hand this to the up back on the far side. That's Buckmiller. And that's going to be another 10-yard rush for the Hornets. As a misdirection play in the backfield. Labor hands it off to Buckmiller. Looks like he's pulling from his position. Offset tight end on the far side. Receives the carry. Good enough for a 1st down inside the 10. 1st down and goal at the 9 now for Harvey-Wells County. Been moving the ball effectively on the ground after they've been able to get into Grafton territory with the arm of Carter Labor. Labor's going to pitch this one. Speed option. Getting taken down in the backfield is going to be Kyson Zur. A whole squad of spoilers on the tackle. Trying to give credit where it's due. I see True Moberg. I see Angel Gomez. I see Easton Ziegelman. Some of the usual suspects for this Grafton defense. And we're going to have a timeout called once again. wisely called by the Hornets, their second of the half. Once again, this timeout is brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, the region's largest agricultural tire supplier, and Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run apparel, sign, and promotional item shop in Grand Forks on Demers Avenue. Happy to be bringing our coverage to the wider greater Grand Forks area, traveling north from our usual broadcast area into a traditional broadcast area that is Grafton. Done plenty of spoiler games over the years. Happy to be bringing this crucial Region 2 matchup in Class A North Dakota high school football. After the big loss on the speed option play to the far side, Zur gets taken down for a loss of 6, which will result in a second down and goal from the 15. The Hornets operating from behind the sticks with 47 seconds remaining. I'll correct audibly what we have on your screen. Labor looking to pass quickly, looking for a jump ball on the near side, perfectly thrown, and that's a touchdown caught by Andrew Williams. So the Hornets regain the lead. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Labor didn't have that ball for more than a split second, immediately throwing it up to his receiver on the near side, Andrew Williams with the catch. The Hornets have retaken the lead. Back and forth we go. 18-14. Harvey-Wells County will go for 2. Power I formation. The 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. As I will update our scoring summary that is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. The light does shine brighter. Touchdown is scored by Andrew Williams, a 15-yard receiving touchdown, isolated on the near side of the field, one-on-one coverage. Harvey-Wells County able to take advantage with 39 seconds remaining in half number 1. We have seen 4 lead changes already. Grafton coming out to a 6-0 lead. And Harvey-Wells County makes it 6-6 with a 36-yard rushing touchdown from Kyson Zur. The Hornets were then able to get the lead with an 8-yard rushing touchdown from Zur. Another unsuccessful 2-point try there made it 12-6. Grafton then got a 14-yard rushing touchdown from their backup quarterback, Easton Hansel, from 14 yards out. A successful 2-point conversion made the score 14-12. And the most recent score from Andrew Williams brings us to where we're at, 18-14 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Kicking it off for the Hornets is going to be their quarterback, Carter Labor. Be fielded on the near side by Assand. Tries to take it back towards the middle of the field. He's taken down past the 25, short of the 30. First down and 10 upcoming from Grafton's own 27-yard line. 1 timeout remaining. 34 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. Have to imagine the Spoilers will try to take a couple of shots deep down the field. Still with over 30 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Spoilers started the ball game with possession of the football, so out of the half, the Hornets will have the offensive possession, and if the score stands as it is, they will have an opportunity to stretch this into a 2-possession lead. All by himself in the backfield is Lillimone. 2 receivers on the near side, 3 on the far side. 5 offensive linemen down. Lillimone facing pressure, trying to run it. As he's getting tackled, finds his man. That's a completed pass to the touchdown scorer for Grafton. As the clock runs for 5 seconds there for us. That's a completed pass to Easton Hansel. The clock will stop momentarily with 24 seconds remaining. Grafton will take a timeout. This is their final of the half, but a big play from the 25 all the way into Harvey-Wells County territory. A 30-yard completion from Brody Lillimone getting connected with Easton Hansel on the play. Looked like Lillimone was getting tackled as he was throwing it. Almost to the ground, still able to get the pass off with some pace behind it. And then nice yards after the catch from Easton Hansel, the sophomore backup quarterback who scored a touchdown for the Spoilers to give them a lead punching it in from 14 yards out with 3:20 remaining in quarter number 2, making another big play in the later stages of half number 1. The Spoilers all of a sudden have a feeling like they have an opportunity to regain the lead going into halftime. The wind in their favor if they do elect to go for a field goal. Ziegelman likely would be the one kicking that. Lillimon dropping back to pass. Rushing out to his right, has to get out of bounds, and he's able to do so. With 18 seconds remaining in quarter number 2, that'll be a scamper of 7 yards. Brings the Spoilers to the Hornets' 39-yard line. Got to imagine you try get a chunk play here of maybe 10 yards, makes Coach McMillan think about the potential field goal close to the range. We've seen the bomb of an arm from Brody Lillimon, so they're certainly inside of Hail Mary range at this point. That timeout once again brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel, both in Grand Forks. Checking out for Harvey-Wells County is one of their top defensive linemen, Kiefer Finley. We'll keep you updated on his progress. He'll get some much-needed rest, playing both ways at halftime. Lillimon with a man in the backfield. Fields a low snap. Rolls out to his left, taking his time, looking down the field into coverage. Passes incomplete. Falls to the grass, which will stop the clock with 10 seconds remaining, 9.9 seconds. 3rd down and 4 from the Spoiler 39. Two plays remaining to move the chains. Probably just enough time for 2 more plays. I would imagine head coach Donovan McMillan will send out the Hail Mary unit. Maybe they'll try a trick play, a hook and ladder of some sort. We'll see if McMillan decides to go into his bag of tricks. But for now, it appears the most logical play would be to throw for the end zone. You know your quarterback, Lillimon, has the arm. Lillimon takes the snap. Looking deep down the field, there's that big arm trying to get connected with Rice. It's intercepted at the goal line. And the Hornets bringing it back the other way is going to be Dylan Heitman. He's tackled at his own 30-yard line, but the clock has expired. Lillimon taking a chance doesn't hurt the Spoilers one bit. That's our first 24 minutes of action here in Grafton, North Dakota. The Spoilers trailing the Hornets by a score of 18-14 on our All True Health System scoreboard. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll break down the action, bring you through a scoring summary, and show you a couple of highlights as well. This is North Dakota High School football on KNOX. We'll be right back.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
When you simplify, you have more time for life. Simplify your life with Hugo's Family Marketplace. No time to run to the grocery store? Hugo's can help. Just click on GoHugos.com and place your order online. We'll fill your order, and you can either pick it up curbside or have it delivered to your home or business. It's really that easy. Just go to GoHugos.com for all the details.
More low prices, more great stuff. When you go to Hugo's.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Welcome to our halftime report after quarters number 1 and 2 from Grafton, North Dakota, the Spoiler Athletic Complex. Grafton trailing Harvey-Wells County by a score of 18-14. Back and forth, exciting football game through the opening 24 minutes. We're now in this intermission report, which is brought to you by Grand Forks Welding, the men of steel since 1885, the 19th century, providing excellent service is Grand Forks Welding. This halftime report also brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water that'll improve every aspect of your life. Better tasting water, softer skin, and softer clothes as well. My name is Sam Jensen, doing play-by-play for you tonight on the KNOX Live Sports Network. Alongside me is our cameraman, also providing commentary during our pregame report. Now in the halftime report is Cooper Frigge. Cooper, that was exciting first half of football.
It definitely looked like two teams that are trying to make the playoffs, and I couldn't ask for a better game to watch right now.
100% right, and like you mentioned, good point about both of these teams. Kind of has a playoff-like intensity to it, doesn't it? And Grafton currently holding that number 3 seed with a record of 3-1 in the region. Harvey-Wells County 2-2. They have the more difficult schedule, admitted even by the Grafton head coach Donovan McMillan. And Thompson is a team that the Spoilers will play next week in Thompson as well. They are in the mix with a record of 2-2 in the conference alongside Harvey-Wells County. We're going to take you through a scoring summary from half number 1. We have one video replay to show you. That's the most recent scoring touchdown from the Hornets. This scoring summary is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. The light does shine brighter for your commercial projects, for your commercial builds, and also your home projects. Trust the employee-owned company, Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of this scoring summary from half number 1 in Grafton. The Spoilers got things started with a bang on their second offensive possession. It was their quarterback, Brody Lillimone, getting connected with wide receiver Aiden McMillan for a 68-yard touchdown with 5 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. That gave the Spoilers a 6-0 lead. That was a big play after it looked like Grafton was struggling to run the ball early on, Cooper.
They sure did, and as we saw, too, the quarterback, Lillimone, he was doing a great job of running the ball, making the safe play. Obviously, that last play at the end of the game, we talked about limiting turnovers. They kind of had to throw a bomb there. Clock was ticking, so that was the only turnover they had in the first half for, I believe, both teams. So that's just proven that it's a great game, and defenses are standing strong right now.
It's been a clean game, not a whole lot of flags. That one turnover is something that you don't even take into consideration. If there is such thing as a smart turnover, that's what Lillimone did with the clock winding down, going for a Hail Mary. It was caught by the secondary of Harvey-Wells County as time expired. But as we continue back with our scoring summary with 3:29 remaining in quarter number 1, the Hornets were able to tie it up. It was a long strike on the ground, 36-yard rushing touchdown for Kyson Zur, the sophomore running back, and then 6 minutes later, he was able to give the Hornets a lead from 8 yards out on the ground. They pushed their lead to 12-6. Grafton coming back the very next possession, able to get a 14-yard rushing touchdown, designed quarterback run from Easton Hansel, faking a pitch to the near side. Looked like a play action as he was going to roll out to the left, but I think he had his eyes on the goal line the whole time. He punches it in from 14 yards out. That gave the Spoilers a 14-2 lead with 3:20 remaining in half number 1. Harvey-Wells County puts together a great 2-minute possession drive, more like a 3-minute possession, with 39 seconds left, punching it in from 15 yards out. This is the replay that we have available to you. This was a passing touchdown to number 3, Andrew Williams. The throw coming from Carter Labor, getting this one off quick, Cooper.
Yeah, it was a great throw and honestly a great play by the wide receiver to go up and get that ball one-on-one coverage at the end of the half. You got to have that score right there.
Big play, giving it to Williams on the near side. The 6-foot junior wide receiver winning that jump ball. Well placed by Labor, like who we mentioned in the pregame show, training this offseason with the defending national champion with North Dakota State, current Las Vegas Raider Cam Miller. He had some big throws on that last possession as well, as it looked like the Hornets were content to continue to, they've been kind of having their way with the spoiler defense on the ground at spurts, haven't been able to do it with too much consistency, but on that last possession, we saw Labor go to work with his arm.
And like you said there, too, spurts. Both teams have had spurts of just 2-3 yard gains, and then there's that big play that gets them into the end zone, and we've seen that all night, and it's exciting to watch. And I like to see both these trenches, both the lines. They're working really hard. They're getting in the backfield. Both quarterbacks have to get out of the pocket or either throw the ball real quickly. So, you know, it's a battle, and I'm excited to watch the second half.
Getting ready for this second half, the Spoilers trailing Harvey-Wells County by a score of 18-14 on our All-True Health System scoreboard. The Hornets will start half number 2 with the football. The Spoilers received the opening kickoff, something to keep an eye on. Hopefully the Spoiler defense will be able to stand tall to keep this a one-possession football game. Once again, this is our halftime report on KNOX Live Sports. It is brought to you by Grand Forks Welding, the men of steel since 1885, as well as High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. We're going to take a quick break here. Another word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll wrap up this intermission report and bring you half number 2 from Grafton. Spoiler football on KNOX.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome back. We are wrapping up our halftime report here in Grafton. North Dakota High School Football Class A Region 2 matchup between the Spoilers and the Hornets of Harvey-Wells County. This intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel since 1885. Sam Jensen, I'm your play-by-play commentator this evening. Alongside me is Cooper Frigge, a man of many talents. He's our cameraman. He's also throwing on the headset for our pregame report, halftime show, and postgame show. We'll also be providing color commentary here in half number 2, as this will be an exciting second half. Cooper, obviously, the emphasis has to be on the defense for the Spoilers on this first possession. If Harvey-Wells County comes out and drives the ball down the field, puts it in the end zone, that makes it a 2-score game.
Exactly that. And for the Spoilers, we talked about it in the pregame show, that quarter 3 coming out. That's the only quarter this season that they've been beaten by their opponents. So I want to see Grafton come out strong and really take it to them. For the Hornets, on the other hand, they have all the momentum right now. They had the interception late in that first half, and they've been running the ball well, gaining about 10 yards a carry in the last 2 drives, I'd say. So if they just keep up that momentum, that'll help them finish this one out.
And you got to feel for Grafton's star running back, the leading rusher coming into tonight's matchup, Miguel Rodriguez, needing help to the sideline before the opening kickoff of tonight's matchup. So Grafton Park River's backfield forced to hand the ball off more so to True Moberg, as well as giving the ball to Brennan Perez, and we saw a couple of good rushes from Noah Suda in the later stages of half number 1. So we're really testing the depth of this spoiler backfield.
100%. And, Easton Hansel, I saw him run a play in as a quarterback, and he also made a catch there on the last drive. So the Swiss Army knife for Grafton.
Yeah, Easton Hansel was not expecting to call his name tonight offensively, plays safety as well for the Spoilers. But like you mentioned, with that 18-yard touchdown, let me take a look at my scoring summary. It was a 14-yard scamper for Hansel to give the Spoilers a lead in that last offensive possession, putting them within the reach of the arm of Brody Lillimone with a 25-yard reception. So imagine that Grafton will continue to, instead of calling plays, call plays that get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Haven't seen a whole lot of Reggie Rice in the early stages of in terms of the first half of this game. He had a play where he had an opportunity to haul in a touchdown pass from Lillimone. So you got to give credit to the Hornets secondary for shutting Rice down.
100%, and like you said, that one drop ball, it was just a little overthrown maybe, but he had that one 2-point conversion down here. But I think the offensive line and the defensive line are really what's going to decide this game, because if, the quarterbacks, they don't have much time back there. So it'll make it challenging for them for sure.
Both teams are going to want to establish the run. The game plan does not change much, but the Spoiler defense has to feel the urgency, trailing the Hornets from Harvey-Wells County by 4. The Spoiler kickoff team getting ready to take the field. This wraps up our halftime report, brought to you by High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Getting ready for half number 2 this third quarter, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. The PS stands for Pride in Service. Lillimone, the quarterback for Grafton, standing at 6'7", has made a couple of big throws, most notably on the second possession for the Spoilers, getting connected on the 68-yard touchdown with number 17, Aiden McMillan. What have you seen from Lillimone tonight that you like, Cooper?
Like I said earlier, he makes smart decisions. I mean, like we said, he threw an interception, but it was a must-make throw. Other than that, if he doesn't have a play, he'll throw it. But he hasn't made any crucial mistakes, so that's what I like to see out of him for sure.
It was 83 degrees at kickoff here in Grafton, unseasonably warm. It has cooled down to a modest 80 degrees at 7 o'clock. We're not expecting this when we saw this game on the schedule at the beginning of the season. The lights are on here at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. It will still be some time before they take full effect. Beautiful scene for North Dakota high school football. Region 2, Class A. Doesn't get better than this. One possession game. And this has a playoff-like intensity, Cooper, like we've been talking about. The Spoilers getting ready to kick this one away. Taking care of the kicking duties for Grafton will be their senior wide receiver and cornerback, Reggie Rice. Rice gets the sign from the official, and he boots this one away. It's fielded by the Hornets at their own 20-yard line. Carrying this one forward is Dylan Heitman, trying to get around to the outside. Solid return for Harvey-Wells County to start half number 2. Their first offensive possession in the second half will start near midfield at their own 45-yard line. Nice 25-yard return there from Dylan Heitman.
The Hornets have had a lot of success on the kickoff return today.
And we talked to Donovan McMillan during our pregame report, and he talked about how that was a concern for the Spoilers, their special teams units. They allowed a punt return for touchdown last week against their rival Park River, and like you mentioned, Cooper, the Hornets feel like they're just one missed tackle away from breaking one. Feeling pressure in the backfield, it was a designed screen. Carter Labor throws an incomplete pass looking for Kyson Zur in the flats on the near side. Good pressure being provided by the Spoiler defensive line, falls to the grass innocently, which will result in a 2nd down and 10 from the Hornets' own 45-yard line. First possession here in quarter number 3. The last possession for the Hornets in the first half resulted in a 75-yard drive. 2nd down and 10, rush on the far side. Zur is the ball carrier. He's taken down after a short gain by Grafton's number 54, Drew Suda. Suda alongside Gomez as well as Ziegelman. Also seeing True Moberg playing edge, 4 men down for this Grafton defensive front. 3 men down, 3-4 defense for the Spoilers. Big 3rd down and long. Labor looking for a long pass. It's up in the air for a long time. Rice gets the interception. Tip drill, and Rice is able to bring it in for an INT. The Spoilers force a turnover. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Their offense will take over from their own 30-yard line. Let's take a look at that replay. Brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Just an excellent display of athleticism from Rice. That ball was in the air for a long time. The intended target was Andrew Williams. Touchdown score. Gets tipped up in the air. Reggie Rice able to stay focused, and he hauls it in near the sideline. Tip drill, also having to tiptoe near the boundary. And the Spoilers get their first turnover of the football game. Their offense takes over from their own 30, 1st down and 10. Big play there, Cooper.
Always big defensive plays in this game. That's what we've seen all day, and that was just a great catch there.
The Spoilers threw 1 interception in half number 1. That was the final Hail Mary pass, so we really won't take that into consideration when we talk about who wins the turnover battle. It's technically even with an asterisk. Reggie Rice with the turnover there for the Spoilers. First rush, more of the same for Grafton on the ground. Unable to find any running room there for Grafton is going to be Moberg. Correction, that's Suda, Noah Suda, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11 coming up at Grafton's own 29-yard line. The Spoilers have yet to get anything going on the ground outside of that designed quarterback run. And Noah Suda did have a sizable 15-yard rush as well in quarter number 2. Lillimone, pump fake, evading pressure in the backfield, throws it up, and Rice makes a catch. He's feeling it after the interception. That will be a gain of 14. Good for a 1st down. We're going to stop our clock, let the clock here in Grafton catch up to us on the All True Health System scoreboard. A gain of 15. Lillimone getting excellent protection from his offensive line, has the time, gets hit as he throws. Just a jump ball, and he knows Rice is down there somewhere. The 6'5" target brings it in. 1st down and 10 from Grafton's own 45.
I've been waiting to see that all night. They got 3 wide receivers that are taller than 6'2", so those go-get-'em balls are good for Grafton.
Expect more jump balls. I would certainly call that when you got 6'5" Rice down there, as well as some other targets. Moberg gets a pass in the flats. He drops it. It is a forward pass, or is it? Incomplete pass from the far side official. With 9:42 remaining, 9:40, the clock runs off a couple of extra seconds. An incomplete pass trying to get connected with True Moberg on the far side. A quick hitter for Lillimone. Falls to the grass. Looks like the Harvey-Wells County secondary was around Moberg as the ball touched his hands. Would have been no gain on the play likely anywho. 2nd down and 10. Lillimone, I formation. Moberg is the tailback. They give it to him. Running on the left side of the offensive line. He's taken down and met shortly after the line of scrimmage, making that tackle. First contact is going to be Frank Richter, the 6'1", 250-pound defensive tackle. So 1 incomplete pass out to the flats, and a rush for no gain results in a 3rd down and 10 after the 15-yard completion to Reggie Rice. That moved the sticks. Another 3rd down and long upcoming for the Spoilers. Not the worst idea to throw this one in the air again.
And we've seen success in the air. I mean, both offenses to start this second half have struggled to get by those defensive lines, so I wouldn't mind seeing a couple pass balls here. Surprisingly,
power formation for the Spoilers. It's going to be a play action. Lillimone has his man down the field. It's Rice. Flag on the play. Rice gets taken down in Harvey-Wells County territory after a 1st down. However, there is a flag on the play. We await the announcement from the officiating crew. Could take away a potential first down conversion for the Spoilers. It appears that is going to be the call. The Spoilers appear ready to move back, and that looks like that is going to be too many men on the field. Grafton lined up with 12 players on the field. So a pre-snap infraction turns an 11-yard completion to Reggie Rice for a first down into a loss of 5 through the penalty. And the 3rd down and 10 gets turned into a 3rd down and 15. The clock continues to run. Lillimone all by himself in the backfield. Reggie Rice on the near side. We're going to keep our eye on him. Lillimone looking to Rice. Not there. Rolls out to the far side, keeping his eyes down the field. Excellent pass. Rice coming from the near side, going all the way to the far side, running a long route was Reggie Rice, and he gets another big pickup. He is feeling it here in quarter number 3, an interception and 2 first down completions, 3, one that was taken away from the penalty. That Rice-Lillimone connection starting to heat up.
2 things that have really helped him, too, is when Lillimone gets out of the pocket, that's when they've been creating those offensive pass plays. And I think with Reggie turning it up in the second half, they got something going here.
Lillimone looking for Rice right away after receiving the snap. Wasn't there. Rolls out to his right like Cooper mentioned. And Rice moving from the near side all the way to the far side on the mesh pattern. Now Moberg gets the handoff from his position, his fullback position. Not a whole lot going for Grafton. Once again, they're having a tough time establishing a ground game against this defensive front for Harvey-Wells County. A gain of 2 on the play. They are in Hornet territory, 2nd down and 8 from the Harvey-Wells County 40-yard line. Will Grafton, you got to win 2nd down here. They've been unable. Appears that they are remaining committed to trying to move the ball effectively on the ground, but so far finding no success, relying on their quarterback, Brody Lillimone. And we have a pre-snap infraction. It's going to be false start from basically everybody on the Grafton offense. This will push them back 5 yards, turn it into a 2nd down and 13.
It's the 2nd time on this drive with the penalty.
That's right. A 3rd down and 10. A completion to Rice turned into a 3rd down and 15. Rice once again able to get a first down completion. But the Spoilers are going to have to figure that out as they're shooting themselves in the foot, taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now a 2nd down and 13 from the Hornet 45. Lillimone having time to throw. Airing it out deep down the field, looking for Moberg, and it will be an incompletion. It appeared for a second like that was going to be an interception. Moberg falling down as the secondary player in the secondary. That looked like number 2, Jackson Feist, in coverage for the Hornets. We'll run our clock, get caught up here at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. 6:42 remaining in quarter number 3. After the incompletion, we have a 3rd down and 13 for Grafton. From the Hornet 45. Don't need to get all of it here. If you can pick up 10 yards, you got to imagine McMillan views this as 4-down territory, trailing the Hornets by a score of 18-14. Play action pass. Lillimone airing it out once again, looking for Rice on the near side. Another jump ball, but the defensive back, number 5, Dylan Heitman, wins the jump ball, and that is going to be a turnover. Best on best there. Reggie Rice going up against Heitman, and it turns into an interception. We have a flag after the play. Will that be an unsportsmanlike conduct, or will it be pass interference one way or the other? We await the announcement from the officials on the field, and it is against the offense. Did not see the call on the field. And the chains are being moved forward, still waiting for a spot. They will down them at the, looks like it's going to be the 12-yard line. Correction, no, that is the 20-yard line on the far side. I'm having a tough time seeing the numbers on the far side of the field. So it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Grafton. That ball was intercepted at the 5, 15 yards for Harvey-Wells County offense. They now start the second offensive possession of the half from their own 20. And Zur getting pushed out of bounds. Good defense from True Moberg on the play. Getting pushed out of bounds is Zur. And that's a loss. Getting pushed back 4 yards. Second down and 14. Passing situation coming up for the Hornets. Zur getting taken down in the backfield. Moberg running through that defensive line and pushing Zur to the near boundary. Stops the clock with under 6.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. The Grafton defense is going to have to make another play or stand. Handoff to Zur. They stick with him. Running to the far side now, finding similar success. Getting taken down just after the line of scrimmage. Ziegelman in on the tackle, getting helped up by his teammates. Also seeing Jack Green in on the tackle, a whole swarm of spoilers on the far side, limiting the Hornet ball carrier to a short gain, which results in a third down and long, 3rd down and 12 for Harvey-Wells County from their own 20-yard line. Carter Labor, the senior quarterback, shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the far side. That's where he looks. It's an interception. Another one for the Spoilers. This is going to be Easton Hansel running back to the near side. He's tackled at the 20. Another big pick for this Grafton defense.
Hansel doing it all tonight.
Hansel got a touchdown in half number 1. Also had a reception. Let's take a look at this replay. Looking down the field, trying to get connected with Nixon Buckmiller. Settling into his zone defense is Hansel. Don't think Labor saw him the entire way. He gets the interception and returns it back to the 15-yard line. And Grafton will start their second offensive possession inside the RBB Electric red zone. Another big play by this Spoiler defense.
What a start for both defenses. I think we've had 3 interceptions since the second half started.
Unbelievable. Grafton has had 2 of them. One of those interceptions was Grafton, the final play of half number 1. And then 2 for the Spoiler defense here in half number 2. They give it to Suda, the fullback, and he finally has some room to run. He'll pick up 5 more than 5 on the play. It will be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4, upcoming from the Hornet 11-yard line.
I believe this is the first time either team has really had great field position, too.
I believe that is correct. This is the first time. We haven't had any large plays on special teams. The turnover for Grafton earlier in the half took place on their end of the field. Same with the Hornets interception. That came as time expired in half number 1. 2nd down and 4 from the 11. Power formation, pistol style. Lillimone getting confused, has to call a timeout. And we will take this one with him. That's the first of the half for the Spoilers. With 4:53 remaining in quarter number 3, the Grafton Spoilers are knocking on the door, trailing the Harvey-Wells County Hornets by a score of 18-14. We'll be right back. This is North Dakota High School football on KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Welcome back after the timeout from Grafton. That's brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel in Grand Forks. They're in the RBB Electric red zone after the interception from Easton Hansel on the 3rd down and long from Harvey-Wells County inside their own territory. I formation. This one's going to be handed off to Suda. He's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a short loss of 1 on the play. The far side official says it will be no gain as Suda is taken down at the line of scrimmage, which will result in a 3rd down and 4. Got to have it here if you're Grafton. You have the ability to move the chains. The line to gain is at the 7. This is 4-down territory. You're going to have 2 downs to get 5 yards. If I'm head coach Donovan McMillan, I'm putting it in the hands of my playmaker, and that's been my quarterback, Brody Lillimone, all night long. However, we see power formation. Could be a play-action play. And it is play action. Lillimon making a man miss. Gives it to Rice on the far side. Touchdown, Grafton. Great play by the senior quarterback, getting connected with his classmate. Let's take a look at that replay. Brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Lillimon taking pressure immediately, able to avoid a potential sack, step forward in the pocket, get connected with Rice in the end zone. The Spoilers have retaken the lead.
He's done that a couple of times tonight where he's made that superhero play, and it ends up turning out to be good. So
this comes with 3:59 remaining in quarter number 3.
Looks like we got the Grafton offense out there as well.
Going for a 2-point conversion, Lillimon. Looks like this is a swing gate style formation, looking to the near side. Rice once again will win the jump ball, and the Spoilers get 8 points on the board. They lead 22-18 over Harvey-Wells County on our All-True Health System scoreboard. That was a 14-yard touchdown to Reggie Rice from Lillimon in quarter 3 for Grafton, and that gives them the lead right back. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4. That is our 5th lead change of the game. We are being treated to a great matchup here in Grafton tonight, Cooper. What a ball game.
It is a great game, and I love seeing those big plays from both teams, but I'd like to see what the Hornets can do coming out of that big drive by the Grafton.
2 offensive possessions for Harvey-Wells County in quarter number 3. Both have ended in interceptions. Let's see if the Hornets decide to go back. They've had success running the ball. At least they did in quarters number 1 and 2. Let's see if they go back to their bread and butter. They have faith in their senior quarterback, Carter Labor. He's shown flashes so far in this game, but 2 interceptions, the one on the most recent possession into the hands of Easton Hansel, the sophomore safety, who has a touchdown on offense as well tonight for Grafton. Got the interception, brought it inside the RBB Electric red zone for Grafton. They get a first down and then eventually are able to put it in. They did not move the chains, actually. It was a 14-yard touchdown. Brody Lillimon getting connected with his classmate, number 5, Reggie Rice.
I feel like we've been talking about Rice a lot this second half. He was somewhat quiet in the first half, but he's been doing really well in the second.
We made that comment during the halftime report where Reggie Rice feels like this Harvey-Wells County secondary made it a point to shut him down in this pass-heavy offense, but there's only so much you can do against that 6'5" frame, and he really started to build momentum for himself in that first offensive possession for Harvey-Wells County with that interception near the near side boundary. And then on the next offensive possession for Grafton, which did not result in a score, Rice had a couple of big receptions for first down, and he was rewarded with a touchdown on the previous possession thanks to the elusiveness of his quarterback, Brody Lillimon, in the backfield. Harvey-Wells County trying to answer now. Carter Labor, the quarterback, under center. He's going to give it to Zur, and Zur gets stood up at the line of scrimmage.
The defensive lines tonight are just not letting anything through.
Tackle made there by Drew Suda. And you have to give credit, great point, Cooper, to the defensive line of Grafton, who stepped up here in half number 2. The running game was a strong suit for the Hornets in half number 1. The Hornets defensive line, they've been playing great all game long. The Grafton Spoilers have not been able to find any daylight on the ground, relying on the right arm of Brody Lillimon up to this point. 2nd down and 11 now upcoming. Labor looking down the field, strong throw. He gets connected with Buckmiller. That will be a gain of 13 on the play. It will move the chains. It will stop the clock momentarily with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. That 13-yard completion to Buckmiller. And we've called his name a couple of times tonight during this broadcast as well. He's made some plays on the ground and through the air as well. He appears to be the favorite target for the senior quarterback, Carter Labor. 1st down and 10. From the Hornet 45. South side of 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Labor drops back, throwing to the near side. Nice diving attempted catch, making his case as Jackson Feist. But it falls to the turf in coverage for Grafton. That's Reggie Rice. Tough throw, 5-yard out to the near boundary. Would have been a completion for 7 yards, but you have to throw it about 25 to get the completion. Tough throw for Labor. Almost able to get it to his intended target, Jackson Feist. The incompletion leads to a 2nd down and 10 from the Hornet 45. Labor in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand this one off to Zur. Zur met near the line of scrimmage by Grafton's number 64. That is going to be Angel Gomez. A gain of 1 on the play. Correction, that's going to be 24. That's Brennan Perez. Brennan Perez, the senior linebacker, with the tackle. A gain of 2 for Harvey-Wells County. The clock continues to tick. 3rd down and long near midfield. Do you think this is 4-down territory? We will see. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. Labor running the ball, keeping his eyes downfield. Excellent catch by Buckmiller. We will capture that replay, and that will be good for a gain of 25 yards. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency, Nixon Buckmiller. Have yourself a day. Highlight reel catch. Looked like Labor was going to try run for the 1st down. He kept his eyes down the field. One-hand grab by Buckmiller. And that's a 1st down after a gain of 25 on the play for the Hornets. They have entered spoiler territory. 1st down and 10 from the Grafton 30.
Another one of those big-time plays, Sam, that we were talking about during the halftime show.
Zur, after the big play, finds daylight on the far side. He's going to rush for a 1st down. Clock will stop, and Harvey-Wells County has it inside the RBB Electric red zone. 1st down and 10, a gain of 11 for Zur. Back-to-back big plays, but like you said, Cooper, a couple of big ones for Harvey-Wells County. They had a 36-yard touchdown in half number 1, a 15-yard touchdown, and some other big plays through the air as well. This big play offense looking to keep it rolling. Just over 1 minute remaining in quarter number 3. I formation, 2 receivers to the near side. They give it to Zur once again. Their bell cow running back gets met by a grouping of spoiler defensive linemen and linebackers. Will be a short gain of 2 on the play. The tackle, Jack Green in on the tackle, alongside Drew Suda. Also seeing Angel Gomez. A lot of the usual suspects on this spoiler defense. Inside the RBB Electric red zone, the Hornets have it. 2nd down and 7 from the spoiler 14. I formation once again, 2 receivers on the near side. Play action that's going to go to the fullback Buckmiller instead of Zur, trying for some misdirection in the backfield. There is the play callers for Harvey-Wells County. It will be no gain on the play. 3rd down and 5 as the final seconds tick off of quarter number 3. Will the Hornets be content to take this to the 4th? It appears they will. Throw 4 fingers up in the air. We got an instant classic coming up in Grafton. 18-22 in favor of the Spoilers on our All True Health System scoreboard. We're going to take a break. Hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we got quarter 4 Class A North Dakota High School football on KNOX.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of North Dakota high school football on the KNOX Live Sports Network, brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. And we will continue to operate without lights here in the press boxes. We're shooting our camera through some glass. 3rd down and short. Big play here for the Hornets offense. Looking for a jump ball out of reach of the intended target, Andrew Williams. He scored a touchdown in half number 1. That will take 6 seconds off the clock. Got to imagine this is 4-down territory for the Hornets. 4th down and 5 upcoming from the spoiler 13-yard line. Potentially the biggest play of the game upcoming here, Cooper.
And both teams have had a lot of success with the play-action passes, so I wouldn't mind seeing something like that from the Hornets.
You got to imagine, like you said, they've had success on the ground with Kyson Zur, but Carter Labor is the leader of this offense. I formation. Buck Miller's the fullback. Zur the tailback. They fake it to Zur. Rolling out to the far side is Labor. He's going to try get it with his legs. He's met near the line to gain. Second attempt will be good enough for a first down, it appears. We're going to stop the clock with 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, and they're going to say Grafton stopped him short. We're waiting for a call on the play. We have an injured player on the field. So I have yet to see anything transpire in terms of whether or not he got the line to gain. The quarterback, Carter Labor, the play action to Kyson Zur, and then it's a bootleg to the far side, and he was tackled hard by a team of Grafton linebackers, and one of those linebackers getting help to his feet right now is Jack Green. He's been making plays throughout the course of this game on the defensive side and from his linebacker position, trying to stop Labor just yards short. We will see. I imagine we're going to get a measurement over there on the far side. The clock is stopped with 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Spoilers still holding on to that 4-point lead. And they now have switched it over to a first down. It looks like it's going to be a first down in favor of Grafton. That's going to be a turnover on downs. I apologize, folks. I just have a tough time seeing from the far opposite side of the field from where we're at. It's on the eastern side of the field on the far side. We're on the west side of the press box, obviously on the near side of your screen. It's going to be the Grafton offense coming back out onto the field. That's a big stop on 4th down for the Spoilers.
Another big-time stop from the Spoilers.
Defense has made play after play after play. 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 1 turnover on downs. Now the Spoilers take over from the shadow of their own uprights. First down and 10 from their own 13. I formation. The Spoilers, do they have the ability to run it out of their own territory? Suda gets his number called. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The Spoilers having a tough time moving the ball on the ground against that sizable defensive front for Harvey-Wells County. It will be officially be counted as a gain of 1. Second down and 9 upcoming for the Spoilers from their own 14. Shotgun formation. Lilimone is going to hand it to his tailback. Shooting out of a cannon. Going to get a number that looked like Moberg. And it is Suda. Number 25, Noah Suda, gets the carry. Gets positive yards on the play. Pickup of 4. Healthy chunk. 3rd down and medium. Officially a 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Grafton. They started this drive at their own 10-yard line. So the last couple of plays I've been saying it originated at the 14. It's been originating near the 10. It is now at the 15. 3rd down and 5 for the Spoilers. Feels like a clear passing situation here, not 4-down territory, deep inside their own territory. Suda alongside Lilimone, dropping back to pass. Doesn't have his man, creates extra time, looks down the field, and almost an interception going through the arms of Dylan Heitman Would have been another good arm punt there for Lillimon. Falls to the grass, incomplete. 4th down and 5 upcoming for the Spoilers.
Looks like we have a flag on the play as well.
We do have it. Where do you see the flag at? Is it in the secondary or near the line of scrimmage? We'll await the call.
I believe it was in the secondary. He picked the flag up pretty quick there.
Grafton offense doesn't look like they're changing formation. Head coach for Harvey-Wells County, Brett Doctor, asking for an explanation, but it will be against the offense. I did not see what the official call was from the white hat on the field, but I did see his arm indicate that it was a foul against the Grafton offense, so the penalty will be declined by Brett Doctor, which will result in a 4th down. Grafton kicking from their own 15. Hornets poised to take this one over with ideal field position. Reggie Rice, the punter for the Spoilers. High snap. Reggie Rice able to get it off just barely. The punt team almost with the block. It takes a slightly favorable bounce for the Spoilers. It will be downed at the 44-yard line of Harvey-Wells County, as we will run this clock to what we have on our screen here at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. 9 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. In quarter number 4, the Hornets get the ball back. Their defense does the job. Will their offense be able to score for the first time in half number 2? They've been held scoreless in quarter number 3 and up until this point in quarter number 4. We're going to take a quick timeout, brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel. This is North Dakota High School football on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back.
Wanting to bring you back to the action right away, Zur gets a pitch to the far side, and he's going to keep turning his legs. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 11. That will move the chains for a first down for the Hornets, moving the ball inside of Spoiler territory. The clock will be stopped momentarily with 9:37 remaining, and here we will start it right back up again. Fresh set of downs. Zur continues his dominance on the ground. Like we mentioned earlier, Cooper, we've seen some spurts of dominance from Zur on the ground for Harvey-Wells County, but there have also been stretches where this Grafton defensive line has held their own. They bowed up on the previous possession, and making contact in the backfield is Drew Suda. And that will be a gain of 0 on the play. Getting tackled at the line of scrimmage is Tyson Zur. Good job right there from the senior defensive lineman for the Grafton Spoilers, Drew Suda. This will result in a 2nd down and 10 with just under 9 minutes now remaining in quarter number 4. 2nd down and 10 from the Spoiler 46. Cooper, everything is 4-down territory now.
Absolutely, and it feels like every play it's either a gain of 0 or it's a gain of 25, so we'll see what happens here.
That's exactly right. Boomer bust has felt like that for both teams, quite frankly. Regular single back formation, play action. Getting a ball out right as he gets hit is the quarterback for Harvey-Wells County Labor, and it results in an interception for Grafton, their 3rd of the half. The Spoilers come up with another big play. This interception, trying to get a number on it, it looks like it's getting a lot of the celebration as number 1. That's going to be Chase Warren-Arabich. So he gets an interception. He joins the INT club. with 8:19 remaining in quarter number 4. That's the third of the half for the spoiler defense, shutting out Harvey-Wells County so far in quarters number 3 and up until this point in quarter number 4. The offense comes back onto the field for the spoilers right when it felt like the Hornets were moving the ball at will on the ground. Why would you put the ball in the air when Zur is getting 6-7 yards a pop?
Exactly, I agree.
And now a run from Suda. He charges forward, finds daylight. That's a gain of 11 on the play. And a first down for Grafton, moving closer to midfield. He's been the surprise running back. Grafton needing to find a replacement for Miguel Rodriguez, and filling in nicely. Some of the best runs so far that have been few and far between, admittedly, have gone towards Noah Suda. We were expecting True Moberg to step in and get the lion's share of the carries, but it's been pretty evenly distributed between Suda, Moberg, and also Brennan Perez getting some touches as well. First down and 10 now for the spoilers from the 38-yard line. Fresh set of downs.
It's got to be a nice feeling for Coach McMillan for Grafton, knowing that he can really put anyone in that running back position.
Offensive line just needs to create some holes up front. Power formation goes to Moberg, and he is stopped in the backfield. Right when they get a positive play on the ground, the very next play is a loss of 4, making Grafton operate from behind the sticks. That tackle being made by number 53, Kiefer Finley. We've been saying his name a lot.
And that's the story of the game, too, like you said. A gain of 5, and then you lose 5. It's just a battle of the defenses right now.
Second down and 13 from Grafton's own 35-yard line. Feels like a passing situation. It's 4-down territory the rest of the way for Harvey-Wells County, but Grafton has to be aware of where they're at on the field. Field position still very valuable for the spoilers. Lillimone shotgun formation, throwing a man in motion. That's McMillan. Lillimone facing pressure, rolling out to his left. He's going to use his legs, trying to make a man miss near the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a solid tackle on the far side by Harvey-Wells County. Not able to pick up a number as there's a swarm of defenders chasing after that play. I believe it's going to go to Isaac Keller. At least he's the last player to come away from that scramble. A gain of 4 on the play. 3rd down and 7. Gain of 6, actually, on the rush for Lillimone. It was 2nd and 13. Now it's 3rd and 7 from the spoiler's own 41. Lillimone just has an excellent ability to avoid pressure in the backfield, scramble, keep his eyes down the field. That time it elects to use his legs. This time, once again, avoiding pressure, throwing it up, giving his wide receiver a chance, but it will fall to the grass. Incomplete pass. Trying to get connected with True Moberg with now just under 6 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. The punting unit will come out onto the field for Grafton. Lillimone just does an excellent job of avoiding pressure, like I was just saying. That time facing pressure immediately. Not able to use his legs to scramble for a first down. Trying to give his wide receiver a shot. That was True Moberg out of the backfield down the field. But good coverage from that Hornets secondary. Forcing a 4th down. Also stops the clock. Harvey-Wells County still has all 3 timeouts. Grafton with 2 remaining. And the punt from Rice, once again, very close to getting blocked. It will take a Hornet bounce at the 25, comes back near the 30, and it is eventually downed. Don't know why the clock didn't run there. 5:58. I ran off 7 seconds of my own clock. Not sure what is going on a couple of rooms to our east. However, it's crunch time, folks. 22-18 on our All True Health System scoreboard in favor of the spoilers. They have 3 interceptions in half number 2. Only 1 score coming back in the 3rd, and that was a 14-yard touchdown, a passing completion from Brody Lillimone getting connected with Reggie Rice. The Hornets power I formation. Imagine they're just going to keep this one on the ground to Zur. Zur runs into a wall of tacklers. Perez dragging him backwards. It's a gain of none on the play. Perez getting help from Drew Suda. So this defensive line for Grafton is going to be challenged. And they pass test number 1 of this possession. Carter Labor throwing 3 interceptions. You have to wonder where his confidence level is at here. Trying to lead a go-ahead drive. 74 yards to go. 2nd down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. They fake the give to Zur. Labor looking down the field, and it goes through the arms of his intended target. Trying to get connected with Dylan Heitman. Looked like the pass was on target. Maybe a little bit too much mustard on that one. Good coverage as well from the Grafton secondary as Heitman had a defensive back draping right behind him. Still a clean play in coverage. Results in an incomplete pass, and quickly a 3rd down and 10 with 5:06 remaining in quarter number 4 for Harvey-Wells County. Is this 4-down territory, this deep into your own territory? Now we have a timeout on the field. Called by one of the coaches. It will be a timeout from the Hornets, their first of the half. We'll take it with them. This timeout brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel. We're coming down to the wire. Class A North Dakota High School football on KNOX Live Sports.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our number one.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our coverage of Grafton football on KNOX Live Sports. 3rd down and long upcoming from Harvey-Wells County from their own 26-yard line. Labor in shotgun formation. He has Zur on his right hip, 2 receivers on the near side, 2 receivers on the far side. That looked like a false start. It's a false start. Move the Hornets back 5 more yards. 3rd down and 10 is going to turn into a 3rd down and 15. Looks like the receivers got a head start on that one. Didn't hear what the call was from our official down on the field. We're in a soundproof press box up here. Beautiful facility at the Spoiler Athletic Complex. So a 3rd down and long turns into a 3rd down and longer. 3rd down and 15 from the Hornets' 22-yard line. Obvious passing situation here. Same formation, 2 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far side. Labor immediately dropping back to pass, looking down the field, throws a dart. That's the 4th interception of half number 2 for the Spoilers. Hansel once again. We got flags on the return. Hansel goes to the end zone. Does he get in? Pick 6, pending the flag on the field. Hansel with his 2nd interception of half number 2. Another big play for this Grafton defense. Cooper, where do you think this flag's going to be at?
I believe there was a block in the back somewhere near the line of scrimmage. I'm not 100% sure. That's what it looked like to me.
So this pick 6 for Grafton likely going to get pulled back. Possession will still go in favor of the Spoilers. Their 4th of the half. The Legion of Boom for the Spoilers.
And it did look like a block in the back there.
On the return, it will be a block in the back. Correct call from our color commentator / cameraman, Cooper Friggy. Grafton getting pushed back near midfield. It was a pick 6. The penalty taking place at the 20-yard line, so getting pushed back 15 yards are the Spoilers. This offensive possession inside of 5 minutes remaining in quarter number 4 will start from the Hornet 35-yard line. Opportunity to put the game on ice here if you're the Spoilers. I formation. They're going to run the clock. They give it to Suda. Suda has some daylight. That's going to be a gain of 5 on the play.
The Spoilers do have a lot of field to waste the clock as well.
So maybe not the entirely worst thing. I think they would still rather be up 2 possessions. Any chance you get to put the ball into the end zone. But to your point, Cooper, given the circumstances after the block and the block from the back penalty on the return for touchdown, for Easton Hansel, got called back, still his interception, 2nd of the day.
And a touchdown on offense.
That's exactly right. Early candidate for our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game with his performance tonight. Did not have that on our bingo card. Fullback to the right. Bad snap. Bad snap. Lillimon has to hop on top of it, and that's a killer. A 2nd down and 5. Oh, and this is going to be an automatic first down. Automatic first down. We have some extracurriculars after the whistle. We'll see if we caught that on our tape. We see Lillimon hopping on top of the loose ball, and then maybe a little theatrics from Lillimon. Didn't see too much pushing and shoving from the Hornet defense. That replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. So what was a loss of over 15 yards on the play would have made it a 3rd down and forever for this Grafton offense. The unsportsmanlike conduct foul after the play should result in an automatic first down. Or is it still 3rd down? We will figure that out. Play it by ear. So this does push Grafton closer to the line to gain. The chain gang on the far side standing pat for the time being. It will return to the initial line of scrimmage. It was a loss of 15 on the play, so it will still be a loss of down. It will return to the original line of scrimmage, and it stays a 3rd down and 4. From the 30-yard line of Harvey-Wells County. 3:51 remaining here in the 4th. A first down would be huge for Grafton to burn more clock, get another fresh set of downs. Lillimon has one running back to his right, one on the far side as well. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Lillimon trying to get rid of it. He'll be taken down behind the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a quarterback sack. The clock continues to run, and it will be a timeout. The Hornets will take their 2nd of the half with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in quarter number 4. 4th down and forever upcoming for the Grafton Spoilers. We're going to get caught up on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. Try to keep this as accurate as possible. 3:20 remaining in regulation. This timeout brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, the region's largest agricultural tire supplier in the Red River Valley, and also Apex Apparel, your neighborhood print and upholstery shop on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Cooper, punting unit, probably going to come out onto the field for Grafton. Do they have another big play waiting for them on defense?
I mean, if you're Coach McMillan, obviously you want the ball and you wanted that pick 6, but with how your defense has been playing, you got to feel somewhat comfortable, at least not stressed out at this point.
Your defense has 4 turnovers, 2 by way of Easton Hansel, 1 interception to Chase Warner-Robich, and then Reggie Rice has the 4th turnover for Grafton. They also have a turnover deep inside their own territory on downs. The punting unit comes out onto the field. Reggie Rice has had his most 2 previous punts have nearly been blocked. Let's see if Harvey-Wells brings the house once more. Almost roughing the punter as Reggie Rice falls to the ground after his punt. And the punting unit gives up a 15-yard return. Harvey-Wells will begin their final offensive possession, what could be their final offensive possession, from their own 25-yard line. 75 yards to go, 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Doesn't get better than this, Cooper. This is classic, vintage, Class A North Dakota high school football.
100%, but if you're the Hornets here, you've been making big plays all night, and a lot of their touchdowns have been deep throws or long runs. You don't necessarily want that right now. I wouldn't want to give Grafton the ball back with too much time.
Zur has been getting a lot of carries. After 4 touchdowns, the Hornets still comfortable going through the air. Labor gets taken down in the backfield, and that is the big man, number 64, Angel Perez, with the sack. Just 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So a great play from Angel Gomez. For the Spoilers defensive line, Carter Labor took 1 look down the field. Nobody was open. Tried to run it himself. Trying to get a quick throw off. Looking deep down the field into a troubled area. but will fall innocently to the grass. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in quarter number 4. Now 3rd down and long upcoming for the Hornets. With this much time left and only 1 timeout remaining, doesn't matter where you're at on the field, you got to think this is 4-down territory, obviously, here.
100%. And at the same time, if you're throwing those out routes that they've been doing all game, you got to get out of bounds.
Labor. 2 receivers to the near side, throwing 1 man in motion. That's Buckmiller. Looking for Buckmiller immediately out in the flats, but a good tackle by Moberg. The truth. The sophomore linebacker makes the tackle after a gain of 4. The clock will continue to run. Only 1 timeout remaining for Harvey-Wells County, and they will take it here. This timeout, once again, brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and Apex Apparel. 4th down and 8 upcoming for the Hornets, and this is the ball game from their own 28-yard line. What do you expect the play call will be for Brett Doctor and the coaching staff here for the Hornets?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a screen play. They haven't gotten the blocks out there very often, but they've been trying to go for these deep balls, and that's what's been causing the interceptions. So you got to be smart about this as well, because if you do throw an interception on this point of the field, you're in trouble.
Maybe a trick play is in the works here. You'll see a double reverse pass, a Philly special style play. Maybe you see a halfback pass. Definitely with the way Zur has been running the ball, wouldn't be surprised with a halfback draw. It would look genius if it turns out successful. It would ultimately be a head scratcher if not. And heavy is the weight of the headset for the head coach of Harvey-Wells County, Brett Doctor. Decision time has come, and of course he has to go for it. Just 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the football game. This is the biggest play so far. Grafton leading the Hornets by a score of 22-18. Labor takes the snap. Rolling out to his left, has time to throw, looking deep down the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Pass breakup, Reggie Rice. The Grafton defense comes through once again, forcing a turnover on downs. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the football game. Grafton can keep the ball on the ground and essentially run out the remainder of the clock. The Hornets have no timeouts remaining. The spoiler defense has shut out the Hornets offense here in half number 2 with 4 turnovers through interception and 2 turnovers on down. Spectacular display of defense from the spoilers here in half number 2.
And I know we talked about Reggie Rice a lot in the pregame show being a wide receiver, but he is having a heck of a second half at DB.
Reggie Rice as well as Easton Hansel. It's going to be tough to choose a PS Garage Doors player of the game. That will be awarded during our post-game show. Our post-game show here on KNOX. Brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop as well as Spray Advantage. Don't go anywhere. We'll bring you through a scoring summary. Not a whole lot to speak of in half number 2. The only score was a completed pass, 14-yard passing touchdown from Brody Littlemone getting connected with Reggie Rice. That led to then a successful 2-point conversion. That gave Grafton their 22-18 lead, and they have not looked back. No gain on the play. First play of this possession. Still clock in the favor of the spoilers. Just a hot, humid night for football. Another running play up the gut. Goes nowhere, but it will continue to eat up clock. Still 78 degrees in Grafton, North Dakota on October 3rd at 10 to 8 p.m. Grafton on the precipice of picking up a big Region 2 victory in Class A North Dakota high school football to bring them one step closer to securing a spot in the Class A playoffs. That will start 3 weeks from today. Grafton will close out their schedule on the road. This is the home finale, and the Grafton fans were given a treat. We're going to have to run one more play here on 3rd down and 8, and it will be a timeout called by Grafton. They have 2 remaining, and that will allow us to get caught up and be accurate on our All True Health System scoreboard. 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Grafton, as much as we want to talk about these playmakers on offense, it's the defense that ultimately is the difference here in this Region 2 matchup. Let's bring up the drive for the title. Grafton closing out their season, starting 2 games remaining, starting next week on the road against Thompson. That's going to be another big one, a team that is fighting for that one of those top 4 spots in Region 2 of Class A North Dakota high school football. And then they'll close out the season on the road against the number 1 team in the entire state of Class A. That's Langdon Edmore Munich. Langdon Edmore Munich undefeated with a record of 6-0 overall on the season, 4-0 in the region. So this is a big victory against a gettable opponent. Harvey-Wells County put up an excellent fight. Grafton looks like they're well on their way to closing this out. Victory formation, the best formation in football for Donovan McMillan. His quarterback, Brody Lillimone, is going to take some steps back, and he's going to go down. He pumps up the Grafton home crowd. That's a victory, as the remainder of the clock will be able to be juiced out for the Spoilers. They are ecstatic. A big Region 2 victory for Grafton High School, the number 3 team in the region, over the number 4 team in the conference, Harvey-Wells County Hornets. Excellent, excellent compete level for the Spoilers, especially in half number 2 from their defensive side of the ball. 4 turnovers. We'll talk about it more as we head into our post-game report. That post-game report will be brought to you by Spray Advantage and the Ski and Bike Shop. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll bring you through a scoring summary, hand out some awards, and wrap up this post-game report on KNOX Live Sports. Big Grafton win.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our post-game report of Grafton football getting a win over Harvey-Wells County by a score of 22-18 on our All True Health System scoreboard. We're going to bring you through a condensed version of this post-game report, which is brought to you by our excellent sponsors, Spray Advantage, everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm, as well as the Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins. Cooper will start things off with our highlights of the game. This is brought to you by Holloway Junk and Demo in Grand Forks, the leading provider of junk removal services in the greater Grand Forks area. And this is going to be a big defensive play for Grafton. This is going to be that interception where we see he rolls out to the near side, making a defensive pass breakup, actually. That's Reggie Rice loading in a different highlight than we initially thought we had. So that's going to be our play of the game, not one of the 4 interceptions that we saw in half number 2, but Reggie Rice, who had one of those interceptions with a big defensive pass breakup. That was on 4th down. However, it wasn't a turnover through interception, still getting the job done. It was a turnover on downs. Reggie Rice, the recipient of today's Holloway Junk and Demo highlight of the game, the lead provider of junk removal services in the greater Grand Forks area. That will work in nicely to our finest auto trim cover of the game, goes to our best defensive play of the broadcast. And this is going to go to the entire secondary of the Grafton Spoilers. We just showed you that pass breakup. We'll show it to you one more time for Reggie Rice. This coming on 4th down. It was 4th down and 9 for Harvey-Wells with just over 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. Big play resulted in a turnover on downs. The Spoilers also getting 4 interceptions, all coming in half number 2. 2 by way of Easton Hansel, 1 going to Chase Warren Arabich, and then 1 going to Reggie Rice, tiptoeing the sidelines on the near side, also with that defensive pass breakup. So the entire Grafton secondary, the recipient of tonight's finest auto trim cover of the game. Reupholster your favorite seat on the tractor or your favorite seat in the shop, big or small, they can cover it all. Right now we're going to bring you through a quick scoring summary. Not a lot to speak of, but we're going to throw it all the way back to half number 1. Grafton got the scoring started to jump out to a 6-0 lead. It was a big play through the air. Quarterback Brody Lillimone getting connected with number 17, Aiden McMillan, for a 68-yard strike for score. That got the Spoilers out to a 6-0 lead. Then with 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in quarter number 1, Harvey-Wells County had a big play of their own, this coming on the ground. Kyson Zur with a 36-yard touchdown. That evened it up 6 apiece. Then with 9:38 remaining, Harvey-Wells County took the lead. One of the 5 lead changes that we saw in this football game. Just a great back-and-forth action in Region 2 North Dakota High School football. Harvey-Wells County took a 12-6 lead. It was an 8-yard rushing touchdown, courtesy of Kyson Zur once again, his 2nd touchdown on the game. He had 2 scores on the ground for the Hornets. Grafton was able to regain the lead in the later stages of half number 1 with 3:20 remaining, and this was a 14-yard completed pass, or actually it was a run on the ground. Easton Hansel designed quarterback run, faking a pitch to the near side, bootleg all the way to the far pylon. He punches it in from 14 yards out, and then after a successful 2-point conversion, Grafton finds themselves up 14-12. Another lead change with only 39 seconds remaining in the first half. This was a 15-yard strike from their quarterback, Carter Labor, getting connected with number 3, Andrew Williams. That gave the Hornets an 18-14 lead coming into the break. Then the Hornets had the ball to start the second half, but throwing 4 turnovers, weren't able to get anything going. Shut out completely. Grafton was able to get the game-winning score with 3:59 remaining in quarter number 3. And that was a 14-yard completed pass from Brody Lillimone, getting connected to his classmate Reggie Rice, the senior, the 6'5" wide receiver, hauling it in from 14 yards out. Another successful 2-point conversion gave the Grafton Spoilers a 22-18 lead that they never relinquished. That's our final score on our All True Health System scoreboard, and that scoring summary is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. The light does shine brighter for your home projects and your commercial builds as well. Trust the employee-owned company that is Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, serving other locations throughout the state as well. Cooper, allowing myself now to catch my breath. We only have one final award to hand out, and that's going to be the big one. It is the PS Garage Doors Player of the Game, brought to you by PS Garage Doors, of course. The PS stands for Pride in Service. Who's going to be the Player of the Game, according to Cooper Frigge?
Player of the game I got tonight, 10th grader from the Spoilers. Not sure if you could classify him as a quarterback, a safety, a DB, wide receiver, whatever you want. Easton Hansel. Obviously, it's not hard to choose him when he had 2 interceptions. One was actually taken back as a pick 6 due to a block in the back, so technically he would have had a pick 6 as well. And he also had a rushing touchdown from 20-plus yards. So, I mean, you can't give it to anyone else after a performance like that.
we certainly were not expecting. I love the pick going with Easton Hansel. Listed on our program as the backup quarterback as a sophomore. We knew he was going to get action from his position as a safety on defense, coming up with 2 big interceptions. Like you said, one of those, he brought it back to the house, came back on a blocking from behind call, which, if not for that flag, he would have had 1 touchdown on offense, 1 touchdown on defense, as well as an additional interception. So a big difference maker tonight for the Spoilers. Our PS Garage Doors player of the game, rightfully so, sophomore Easton Hansel. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight, folks. The Spoilers squeak out a tight Region 2 victory in North Dakota Class A high school football, 22-18 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Sam Jensen alongside Cooper Friggy, happy to bring this one to you. Go check out the ending of Grand Forks Central, also on KNOX Live Sports Weekend on Live.